As we work through this game today, those of us here at TSSR Game Time Live would like you to keep the family, friends, and teammates of Landon Cromer in your thoughts and prayers. Landon was lost at the age of 14 earlier this week, and his teammates, his school, his friends, and his family have been dealing with that all week long. We want them to know, and everyone else to know, that our thoughts and prayers are with the Cromer family, and we ask you to join us in this moment of silence as we work through today's game. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Bushnell-Prairie City High School as we are here for homecoming tonight for the Bushnell-Prairie City Spartans. And Chris Frankhauser is alongside. I'm Dwayne Hulett. Johnny Miller is on the camera tonight. But Chris, a lot of heavy hearts in the area this week as we start football here tonight with, anytime you lose a young person, but when they're a member of the football team and it's football season, it makes it a little more difficult, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. And, of course, our hearts, prayers, and thoughts going out to the Cromer family and everybody associated with the school and the football team and the school in Macomb.
They will play tomorrow, a very tough game. Has to be a tough game at 2 o'clock tomorrow at West Hancock. It's West Hancock's homecoming, so it's one of those games that you couldn't really miss. You know what I'm saying? They had to play that game tomorrow, and they'd already moved it to Saturday because of officials issues. They did move it from noon to 2 o'clock, so we'll have that contest. Luke Little will be on the call for that one. But that'll be sure to be a very heartfelt and tough game tomorrow.
Very emotional because
the funeral is tomorrow morning.
Yep, and that's why they were able to push things back. West Hancock able to go along and push things back a couple hours so the kids can do that and then head to the football game tomorrow afternoon.
Well, they were going to do the coin toss. As you can see, Bushnell's players running, the Spartans running back to the other end of the field. They were down to do the coin toss, and Metro East has not come out of the locker room yet. They were out to warm up, and they stayed in the locker room and have stayed in the locker room. I don't think they've moved yet. The BPC band is walking to the field in the direction of Mr. Jones to do the national anthem, and they haven't done a coin toss yet.
No, they haven't, and I still see no signs of the Knights, Metro East Lutheran heading towards this football field here right now.
So it is week number 4. BPC comes in with a 2-1 record. Metro East, I believe,
0-3.
0-3, correct? I wanted to make sure I looked at that earlier in the week, and then I had a little bit of loss of thought there. 0-3 on the season. BPC 2-1, of course, after the loss to West Prairie Southeastern in week 2. We'll let you hear the national anthem as played by the Bushnell-Prairie City Marching Band. And the national anthem has been played, and Metro East is still not anywhere to be found on the football field. Tonight's game is being pregame show being brought to you by JoJo's Gaming Parlor. JoJo's Gaming Parlor offers the best gaming experience in the McDonough County area. Stop in for a cold drink and a chance to take home a nice wad of cash while you're at it. Also on game nights, check out TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH Events, live on the big screens. Come join your friends at JoJo's, located 776 North Cole Street in Bushnell, and cheer the Spartans on to victory. Spartan fight song being played, and been a lot of the fight song being played this week with homecoming, all kinds of great activities. You could watch most of them here on TSSR Game Time Live. Oh, I kept you turned down. Sorry about that.
Probably better for everybody if they can't hear me. You've been out here most of the day and involved in stuff all week. And, I talked to Coach Sisler last week, and, great to have a homecoming, but as a football coach, it's probably your least favorite week of the year. Just with all the other side distractions, and hopefully the guys will be ready to go tonight as Metro East Lutheran. The Knights enter the football field now with about 3.5 on the pregame show clock.
Better late than never. Better late than never. Expect 8-man football. Expect to see a little more passing maybe than in the small school 11-man that you're used to, but BPC is getting ready to break through and head out, and looks like going to be led out by Nate Kramer and others here as they get ready to come out on the field, and they'll have to do the coin toss yet.
Yeah,
as well.
So we're going to be pushing to get this started in 3 minutes.
I hope those two coaches running across there don't get ran over by.
Right.
Nope, they're gonna do the coin toss before they run through, which means Kramer's not going to lead them out, it would appear. Chambers is out there. See the other number until he turns around here. Oh, it's Jake Willie
and
Kramer.
And
Carter Chambers, Nate Kramer, and Jake Willie all out there. And Dalton Huffman in street clothes with Coach Schisler. Already got the trucks revving up down there.
They got a lot of revving last week with the 55 points by BPC.
And we're still waiting on the coin toss. I'm not sure what. I've never seen any team, let alone a visiting team, control the start of things quite this much. It's been a pretty slow start to things. The live chat is open. Hop in there and tell us where you're watching from and who you're cheering for. I hear might have quite a few Metro East Lutheran fans watching tonight, so hop in there. Tell us who you're cheering for, who your favorite player is. We love to get the live chat open and going. If you're into stars and special YouTube comments, feel free to do those as well. We'd love to see the support in that way also. As we're getting ready to go here, the captains on the far side look to be number 33, Owen Hallson. Number 24, that is Andrew Adams. Number 5 is Jacob Peterson. And number 34 is Stephen Norberg. Those will be the 4 captains for the Metro East Lutheran Knights. So it's the Knights and the Spartans here. Kind of going old school, aren't we? Going medieval on this this game medieval tonight.
The Knights, of course, from Edwardsville. So quite a little haul up here to Bushnell for a Friday night contest. Knights, as we said, coming in at 0-3, losing to Kincaid South Fork 58-12 in the opening week. A Martinsville squad 56-0, and losing last week to Farmer City 52-14.
How are you doing? Todd Roder for coming up and talking to us for a second there. Sorry about that.
Looks like Metro East won the toss, and they will defer. And they will go north to south here at Bushnell-Prairie City High School in the opening half.
BPC will receive the kickoff. And 12 minutes is on the clock. We'll get a late start here.
Kramer back with the rest of the captains back with the squad.
You're ready to run out.
South end zone.
Through the banner. Remember when those used to be made of paper and tear them apart? Now they just break apart and you can use them
nice
again.
Vinyl. Always laugh too, because undoubtedly somebody with a paper one would always get tangled up in the paper or the framing of the paper.
It was always great when somebody would fall and the whole team would fall on top of them.
Right. Was it that junior JV or junior league football game somebody posted years ago about the entire team?
They couldn't break through it?
They couldn't break through, and then another one where they broke through and they first few all fell and the entire team ended up falling over the top of them.
Nothing wrong with that. It happens. It happens. It's just the way it is. Here we go.
Welcome to the Field Group 2023 Bushnell-Prairie City Spartans.
Talon Love and Jake Willie leading them out. And we are just about ready to go here. As Nate Kramer brings the flag, stands it in the ground, and the Spartans are just about ready to go here. Live chat is open. Jenny McCool cheering from Minnesota for number 54, Nate Kramer, and number 77, Tristan McCool. Go Spartans. Jenny, I've already tried to tell Stacy to keep her noise a little quieter tonight so that everybody can pay attention to the game instead of her. So, Jenny, I've got that under control already.
If we hear Stacy from the truck tonight, we've got some serious issues.
Trying to control Big Sister for you, Jenny, as best we can, Marching band heads off. They'll head over and find their normal location over here, and there's a band section roped off, and then there's a student section roped off. Actually, Stacy's walking back to the grandstands right now, so
we might be in trouble.
I might
here,
have
folks.
lied to you, Jenny. I apologize.
We might be in trouble here.
Don't forget 50-50 tickets on sale right now. You can check out
El
the table
Ninja
in front of
says
the
go
concession
Spartans.
stand. They also have red, white, and blue sunglasses, $3.
A little late start, but we should be good to go here. 7:02, and we're just about ready to call the teams to the field. As we look at what the Spartans have done this year, of course, with Huffman going down from the quarterback position in week 2, Talon Love looked much more comfortable last week, expecting to be even more comfortable this week.
Yeah, and that's something we talked with Coach Sisler after the game. Week 2 kind of got thrown in early, wasn't prepared to be in the contest at that point, and shook the rust off. Last week looked a lot better, Coach, and a couple of real nice catches. And one I'm thinking of in particular is the one to Perelko. Was just on the game a lot better and looked he's the man the rest of the year, and now he played like it last week.
Osmond Perelko and Darian Thomas back to receive for BPC. Darian Thomas, I saw him, and I had to ask somebody who he was because he has grown quite a bit, and he looks like an athlete now. Last year he was still young, hadn't grown in. He's grown into a young man now, and he looks like he's not very big still, but man, he looks like an athlete.
Yeah, he's built now. Game time temperature 75 degrees kickoff.
We were talking about it, way warmer than we anticipated today. Back to kickoff for the Knights is Drake Lubert. Nice kick. Perelko's going to get it at about the 12-yard line. He's going to come left side and back to the middle. He's got some running room. Oh, he finds a room up the middle. He's going to go left and around the kicker, and the kicker's going to almost force a fumble, but Perelko is going to get across midfield to about the 47-yard line. A 1st and 10 BPC at the 47-yard line, and I think if he'd have bounced that right instead of left around the kicker, he might have been gone.
Yeah, it looked like it. And a good job by Osmond just hanging on to the football there as he started to go down. That ball popped up a little bit.
Lubert put a shot right on the ball. You got to give the kicker, Drake Lubert, for Metro East a big kudos there because he made a touchdown-saving tackle. There's no doubt about it. Love is going to take the first snap from under center. 2 wide receivers far side. 1 setback is Lane Huffman. They'll try and draw him off sides. Long snap count. Huffman gets it, breaks 1 tackle, sidesteps 1, and then goes for a gain of about 4 yards. They bring up 2nd down and 6 for the Spartans.
Landon Jefferson, 32 on the stop for the Knights. Called a gain of 4.
Called a 4-yard gain for Lane Huffman. 2nd and 6.
Good defensive stand for the first play, I think, for Metro East. Huffman is a dangerous running back, and to hold him to a 4-yard gain on his first run is not all bad. A little, 3-2 or 1 would have been better, I suppose. But here comes Beekman in motion. Fake handoff to him. Outside goes Huffman, and he's going to turn the corner, and he's got some. Very well could have been a hold. They didn't call it, and he's going to go all the way. 5 touchdown. Lane Huffman from 44 or 43 yards out. And the Spartans are on the scoreboard just that quickly as Lane Huffman. We told you that he can sure break one loose. And it was almost like precursing to what was happening next.
Right.
So a touchdown run of 43 yards for Lane Huffman with 11:16 to go in the first quarter. And the Spartans lead 6-0. 2-point conversion to come here. Talon Love's going to be in a shotgun this time. Beekman at the tight end spot on the left side, kind of a slot. Actually, the other tight end there is number 42. That's Tanner Pierce. He's going to be a snap to Love, and it's going to be a student body left, and he's going to get ran out of bounds short. He could have turned the corner, I think, there. He just missed contact, didn't want the contact, and took a step out of bounds about a step early. And it's going to be no good on the 2-point conversion attempt. So with 11:16 to go in the first quarter, BPC's on the scoreboard. They lead 6-0. We'll take a break, and we'll be back on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, right after this.
After my appointment that day, I just made up my mind that I'm going to have my baby here in Macomb and this hospital, because irrespective of where you're from, who you are, it's just their line of duty to make sure they give care, make you comfortable.
I told about the staff of MDH, they're all good. And you will get all the support you need. This is just the best place for you and your family.
Dry needling is where you insert a filiform needle into a muscle, a tendon, a ligament, sometimes a bone, and it promotes blood flow and circulation so that it heals that particular painful area.
And welcome back to Bushnell-Prairie City High School. 6-0 the score. BPC with the lead, and I forgot about the scoreboard, folks. I apologize. I'll get that right here.
Parocco with the ball on the tee for BPC. Looks like, can't tell if that's number 2, Drake Lubert.
The kicker? I don't think so. Doesn't look like he's too big, I think. I could be wrong, though.
Can't see the number from here.
Oh, he's going to squib that one. That's unusual for him. It's number 4 on the kick. It's going to be picked up at the 20-yard line.
Zach.
Or on the return, I guess.
Daly.
Big hit at the 25-yard line. The first person there to put a hit on him was number 32.
Josh Fields on the return.
Josh Fields, number 4. And who's number 32 for BPC?
32 for BPC.
Not on the list.
Not on the roster.
Did I miss-see the number?
No, there is a
32 out there. I don't know who it is. Big hit, though, whoever it was. We'll see if we can figure that out.
I also see the 2 number 4s listed for the Knights.
Lineman. Weinman. Weinman on the tack was number 32. Caden Weinman on the tackle. Here we go. First offensive play for the Knights. It's going to be a quarterback keeper right up the middle. And not a lot going on there. First person to get a hand on him, I think.
Kramer?
Nope. Maybe it was Kramer.
Nope, Chambers and Parocco.
Yep, it's Chambers. And Willie got up off there. Fields, the quarterback, number 4.
Gain of 1. Second and 9.
It's a gain of 1. Second down and 9. 10:45 to go here in the first quarter. BPC does lead 6-0, as you can see on the scoreboard there. Once again, the live chat's open. Hop in there, tell us where you're watching from and who you're cheering for. As Fields is going to go out wide left this time. And a different quarterback, I do believe.
It's like 20.
Handoff. Oh, fake handoff. It's going to be a pass or attempted pass, and he's going to be brought down. And I think it's Chambers again. It was number 24, Andrew Adams, who faked the handoff to Fields and was going to try to pass it, I think. But, man, Chambers was back there before the fake handoff happened. It's a loss of 8, and it's 3rd down and 17.
18 now for the Knights.
3rd and 18 or 17. They're calling it 18 on the scoreboard, but
See Oberhauser, the listed quarterback, run off the field.
I think that's Adams back there again. Nope. No, it's
14.
number 14. Ben
Shilby. Pass
Ball's
intended.
incomplete for Fields.
Just lost his footing, so quick 3 and out for the Knights. BPC.
Actually, I'm going to say that must be Zach Daly. They got Fields listed as a kicker. I don't know. We'll see if we can find out. If anybody from Metro East is watching, is that Zach Daly or Josh Fields out there playing? They've got Daly listed as a running back, wide receiver, and cornerback. They've got Fields listed as a kicker. And we'll see who comes in to punt it away. It's 4th and 18-ish. Lubert is back to kick again. Yeah, that's what we were just discussing. Nearly got a hand on high kick. We pick Kramer. Kramer's going to just lower his shoulder, and he's going to go down inside the 35 down to about the 32-yard line. That's a very unusual touching of the football that, well, I don't know if that was on purpose, I'd say, but on the offensive side of the yeah, it's Daly. That's what I was going to say.
It is Daly.
Once I started looking, it probably was Daly. So it was Daly. We apologize to all you Metro East fans watching at home.
BPC will have it 1st and 10 from the Knight 33-yard line.
I called it 32. They're calling it 33. Love back under center. Beekman coming in motion again. Touchdown play again. Fake handoff. There it goes. He's going to cut it upfield as Huffman this time. He's going to go for a gain of about 5, maybe 6. Give him a gain of 6. It's going to be 2nd down and 4.
6-yard gain for Lane Huffman.
9:20 remaining here in the first quarter. Osmond Perelku loses his towel or tape, or his gloves are so sticky the
tape wouldn't come off.
The cloth wouldn't fall off the gloves. Those are some good gloves. So Perelku's going to come out wide left, and the slot's going to be Beekman. Lone setback is Huffman. Pierce back on the right side, tight end. Love under center. Huffman deep setback. Handoff's going to go to Huffman. He's going to cut it upfield. He's got some running room again. Bounces left, and he is in for another touchdown. A 25-yard touchdown run for Lane Huffman.
25-yard run, good for the score.
And it's 12-0, and a 2-point conversion coming here for BPC, or a 2-point conversion attempt coming here for BPC, I should say.
Something we hadn't seen. Well, this year we saw Perelku several times kicking extra points last week.
Yeah. Going for 2 every time so far this week, though. Love back under center. Same formation. Switch to the right side this time. Beekman goes in motion again. No student body right. You're going to give it to Beekman. He's going to round the left side, and he's going to step in untouched for the 2-point conversion. And BPC running away quickly, 14-0 with 8:44 to go here in quarter number 1. We'll take a break, and we'll be back on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, right after this.
My experience with McDonough District Hospital was amazing. I have a lot of allergies, complicated by nasal problems. And the procedure I had is Vive Air. Dr. Sparks was incredible.
The Vive Air procedure is a radiofrequency ablation procedure. She no longer has to do any medications to breathe, so she gets much more restful night's sleep. And a short little office procedure, and have somebody that feels like it's totally changed their life means the world.
It's a permanent improvement on the quality of your life.
And welcome back to Bushnell-Prairie City High School. BPC up 14-0 here early in the first quarter. Game being brought to you by Raritan State Bank. Raritan State Bank's Bushnell branch, located at 360 South Green Street in Bushnell, offers full-service banking and loan services for all your banking needs. Come visit the bank of friendly service or call them at 309-772-2345. Good luck, Spartans. Bushnell Banking Center is an equal housing lender and a member FDIC. And want to welcome Pond Plus. Pond Plus is proud to have served Macomb and the surrounding area for over 20 years, providing cash for most items of value. Pond Plus is the area's largest seller of used items, including firearms. I'll tell you more about that. We're happy to have them on board this year. And here comes the kick by Perelku, much deeper and left. What a job of Daly going back to grab that at the 5-yard line. And he breaks one tackle. Oh, hammered down by Perelku. The kicker reminds me of the days of Mike Cypress at Western Illinois University when he used to run down and level people. And Perelku goes down and puts a shot on Zach Daly and levels him right at the 20-yard line.
Well, Daly got past Lane Huffman, but Perelku there to clean up.
Well, and in Daly's defense, he spun and kind
Right.
of got discombobulated by Huffman, and then
Right.
Perelku was there to take advantage of it. But it was a big-time hit by Perelku.
Great kick. Fielded all the way back at about the 5.
Yeah, on the left side. That was a deep kick. 8:37 to go. Here we go. Back at the quarterback spots, number 14, Ben Shilby. He's going to hand off left side, and he's got some running room. Does number 24, Andrew Adams. He breaks a tackle, spins outside, and it gets down to the first down of the contest for Metro East, a gain of about 12. And it's going to be 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Beekman on the stop.
Well, Andrew Adams has been a key point of this contest so far for Metro East. That's their first positive play of any significance anyway. They did have a 1-yard run on their first play. They do have some big guys on their line, though. A couple big guys.
250, 230.
In motion goes Daly. Shilby rolls right. He's got a ton of running room, and he's going to get leveled right at the knees by Jake Willie. And that's one of those where you just tell the quarterback, man, take a step out of bounds. 11 yards. Nope. I think they're not going to call it a first down. It's going to be a gain of 9, and it's going to be 2nd down and 1. And that's where you just take that step out of bounds, young man. Save yourself for the next play. Big time hit at the knees for Jake Willie.
7:59 to go here in the opening quarter. 14-0 lead for BPC.
2nd and 1 coming here for Metro East as they try to put their first drive together. Happy to have you here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. If you're looking for some other 8-man football, you can check out the West Prairie Peoria Heights game on our channel as well. Kenny Suter's on the call for that. There's the handoff. And a big-time tackle in the backfield.
Kramer.
Kramer, you're right. Nate Kramer. That's a 2-yard loss. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 3. Yeah, I don't know. Did they move it back 2 or 1?
I'd say they only moved it back about a yard.
So it's 3rd and 2.
3?
3rd and 2. It was 2nd and 1. We'll call it 3rd and
Right.
2. But they got 3rd and 3. It's kind of that deal where it's right in the middle, isn't it?
Yeah, we'll call it 2.5.
Yeah, well,
There we go.
can't write that on the stat sheet, unfortunately. Running out with the play is Grant Downing. Shilbing back at quarterback. He's got to his left this time Andrew Adams. No, it's going to be Shilbing. And it's going to be almost picked off. He threw it right into the hands of BPC's number 70, William Anderson. The defensive lineman had a chance at an INT and maybe a touchdown. Somebody probably would have caught him, but he could have got some blocking. But, man, it was almost too easy. That's one of those deals where it's so easy. It's like it looks like a beach ball coming at you, right? Yeah.
Some more of a surprise. He didn't expect the football to come.
There's no way that thing's coming at me. It's got to be going somewhere else.
And then it's like, oh, no, it is coming to me.
4th down and a long 2, short 3 coming for Metro East, and they're going to go for it would appear. And you can tell they're kind of in a spot now where they think they have to make something happen. Shilbing is going to have running back to his left, and a timeout's going to be called by Metro East. And you kind of get the feeling, Chris, I mean, we're only at the 6:48 mark of the first quarter, but you kind of get the feeling that if Metro East wants to stay in this game, this is a big play already.
Yeah, the way BPC has marched, scored quickly on their 2 offensive possessions. And what we saw last week with the Spartans against Galva that put up some points in a hurry, that it's early, but like you said, this may be a real key point for the Knights in this contest.
Game being brought to you tonight by Sports Corner at 124, Macomb's original local sports bar. Sports Corner at 124 with a focus on local sports. Catch WIU games and all of the area TSSR Game Time live broadcasts at Sports Corner at 124. All while enjoying your favorite cold drink and some of the best food in West Central Illinois. Stop in and say hi at 124 North Randolph Street in Macomb. And Midwest Ice. Do you need ice for your upcoming event? Look no further. Midwest Ice has you covered. Midwest Ice is Central Illinois' newest ice delivery service. We deliver ice directly to your event. Call Blaine Ranch at 309-351-8192 for your quote today. Here we go. Big play early in this one. It's 4th and a long 2 for Metro East. They're going to throw it. across the middle, and it's knocked down by Beekman, excuse me.
Brock Beekman
on the knockdown, and Perelku almost got the interception because of it. No, that's Guppy coming across there, wasn't it? Guppy almost got the interception because of it. A turnover on downs, 1st and 10, BPC at the 40-yard line, excuse me.
Right. Knows the football just on the other side of the 40.
So still first quarter action here at BPC, and the Spartans have got some things going, and mostly on the legs of Lane Huffman. They have yet to throw a pass, have they?
No.
Talon Love back up under center. Perelku to the left. Beekman the wide out with him. Right up the middle it goes, and Huffman's going to bounce it outside, and he might beat everybody to the end zone again. A 40-yard touchdown run for Lane Huffman on a play that was not supposed to go there, folks. He bounced it. He was supposed to go up the middle, and he stopped, bounced it to the outside, just ran everybody to the end zone. It's a 40-yard touchdown run.
Well, not too bad of a first quarter. 5 carries, 118 yards, and 3 touchdowns for Lane Huffman.
In less than 6 minutes. Another touchdown for Lane Huffman, and BPC has opened up a 20-0 lead.
And we're going to get to see a PAT attempt. Beekman, the holder, and Perelku with the kick.
It's funny. Beekman's the one stomping the ground down and getting it right. Usually the kicker walks up, puts his foot down, but not Perelku. He's like, you take care of that for me. Here comes the snap. Beekman going to fumble it. He picks it up, and he's going to get tackled in the backfield. As he dropped the snap, Perelku didn't even get a chance to send it off. And it's 6:32 to go here in quarter number 1. The Spartans lead 20-0. We'll take a break. A break and be back on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH right after this.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there is limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
And welcome back to Bushnell-Prairie City High School. 20-0 is the score. BPC with the lead over the Metro East Lutheran Knights. Is the scoreboard not updating there? We'll see if it happens. There it is. 20-0 is the score. 6:32 to go here, and Perelku, who's squib kicked and kicked one to the deep left corner. Let's see if he goes deep middle or deep right this time.
Daly back at about his own 15.
Just doing a little target practicing right now, I think. Makes you wonder what Perelku could have done if he'd have played all 4 years, huh?
Well, that's one good thing. BPC has had a very good place kicking in the last. This one's going to back him up inside the 5 at the 4.
And who's that coming down there?
Number 7,
Gary Hughes. He won the rock paper scissors contest today at Spartan Olympics, I do believe, and he goes down and gets a special teams tackle, 1st and 10, their own 17-yard line. 1st and 10 at the 17. Scoreboard has 18. I'm going to call it 17. What do you think?
17.
This track looks funny without the lines on it.
It does.
They took the rubber off, getting ready to recoat it, but it looks funny with just the pavement down there. There's a different quarterback now. Looks like it's number 5, Jacob Peterson back there. Is that right?
Yep.
It is Peterson. He's a quarterback keeper, and coming up and putting a ball came out.
Beekman
tried to get another up and down tackle like he had last week or the week before, but he's going to go for a short loss on the play. It looks like we'll see where they finally mark it at.
About a yard loss.
Yeah, it's about 8 inches, but probably a loss technically. 2nd down and 11. She'll be bringing the player coming in now.
Visit the table out in front of the concession stand for your 50-50.
Is going to be Shilby back to quarterback. Daly's going to go out wide to Andrew Adams is going to be beside Shelby, and then we're going to have a stoppage of play here. It looked like Beekman or somebody had to go pick something up off the field. Here we go, and there comes Kramer rushing in. They're going to throw it across the middle, and Shelby just threw that out of self-defense, folks. He had to get rid of it, and Kramer was coming, and so was number 44, Ethan Pierce, who put a lick on Shelby at the goal line. And it's a 3rd and 11 coming up here for Metro East Lutheran, and that was what you might call a zero blitz. Yep. Everybody was in man coverage, and everybody that wasn't on somebody came that time.
Ian Skelton, the intended receiver for the Knights.
Literally everybody who wasn't covering somebody was rushing the quarterback in a blitz formation there. Kramer timed it pretty well, too.
He's been real good this year about timing those all-out blitzes.
Tanner Pierce now going out to cover a wide receiver in a triple set on the far side. Shelby back again to throw. He's going to be under pressure again. He's going to roll out. He's got some room. Coming up, a nice undercutting it. I think it's going to be incomplete. It was Andrew Adams going down for it. He got it off the bounce, and it's 4th and 11 from about their 16 or 17-yard line. They're surely going to have to punt from back here.
Here comes the punter, Fields.
Lubert, number 2.
You are right. That is Lubert. My apologies.
Drake Lubert, as long as the numbers are right. Just do have 2 number 4s. I'm guessing maybe that, I don't know, Josh Fields should have been number 3 maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Here's Lubert. Into punt. Back deep is Huffman. High punt. Nice punt. What a punt. Out to the 45. Huffman drops it, picks it up. He's got some running room around right side. He's going to beat most of the people to the sidelines. He does, but tracking him down one number 1 to another, and that was Cody Morgan, who got a handful of jersey just as Huffman tried to turn the corner. And it's going to be 1st and 10 BPC inside the 25 to about the, 22 or 23-yard line.
Let's see where they mark it down. Say the 23.
Huffman returns it to the 23-yard line. It will be 1st and 10.
Down to 5:55 to play, opening quarter, 20-0 lead already for the Spartans.
I'm being told that number 14 for Metro East is Abe Oberhauser. What number do we have Oberhauser
12.
On? Abe Oberhauser is number 14, I'm being told. Thank you very much, Matt. Here we go. Huffman again, left side. He cuts it back in, hesitates, and then's going to find the end zone. He gets there. A touchdown of 23 yards for Lane Huffman, and that time it wasn't just sheer speed, Chris. It was some vision, some hesitation, using your blockers and getting to the end zone. A great run by Lane Huffman.
And that's going to make it 26-0. 5:46 to play. Yeah, great run by Huffman. We've kind of seen a little bit of everything that Lane can do here on the opening quarter for BPC.
Mark Oberhauser, I apologize. We will try to make that correction here and keep it right the rest of the way. Abe Oberhauser is the quarterback, number 14. Here's the kickoff, or the PAT attempt again. It's a better snap, a better hold, a better kick, and it looks wide left. Wide left. It's no good.
Kick is no good by Perelko. With 5:46 remaining in the first, it is your Bushnell-Prairie City.
So 5:46 remaining here in the first quarter. It's 26-0 BPC over Metro East. This game tonight on TSSR Game Time Live being brought to you by John District Hospital, athletic trainers, and the MDH Rehabilitation Center with locations in Bushnell and Macomb provide expert help to Spartan student athletes in the prevention, care, and rehabilitation of all athletic injuries. Learn more at mdh.org. McDonough District Hospital, more than hospital care, a hospital caring. And Heil Enterprises and Heil Trucking. They can take your product down the road, near or far, and also offer top-notch heavy-duty truck and trailer repair. The second-generation business continues to grow and continues to support BPC athletics. Stop by and see Danny, Travis, or Johnny on Route 41 south of Prairie City, or call them at 309-775-3333. and Rosie's Pizza. Rosie's Pizza offers something for everyone with pasta, sandwiches, and, of course, pizza. Dine in or carry out at 458 East Main Street in Bushnell. They also deliver to Good Hope 8 Air and all points in between. For delivery, call 309-772-2101. And here's the kick. Another deep kick inside the 10, down to the 5. It's fumbled at the 4. He picks it up, does Daly. And there's a flag for a clip, and it's going to come back
Peroku
from
got
there.
clip moved by number 5, Jacob Peterson.
It's going to be returned out to the 20, about where the flags were falling, and it'll be half the distance to the goal, I do believe, from there on a penalty for clipping. That'll be the first penalty.
Yes.
They called a hold, actually. They didn't throw the penalty. They didn't throw the clip.
Holding is the call against the Knights.
So it's outside the 20. That'll make it a 10-yard penalty, and it'll be 1st and 10 at about the 11 or 12-yard line for Metro East.
6 carries, 141 for Huffman. His last 3 carries have all been for touchdowns.
I don't know that I could walk 141 yards at this point without taking a break.
It might take me a couple of days to get that.
Dang sure. Well, if I wouldn't make it that far if somebody was chasing me, I guarantee, because they'd catch me before that. I guarantee you that.
Couple of games in the area tomorrow. Tomorrow, South Fulton visits Illini West, and Macomb travels to West Hancock.
Mark it back inside the 10, it looks like.
From the spot of the foul.
That was the football just short of the 10.
So it must have been 18, at 18 or 19, half the distance to the goal. It's a 1st and goal at the 9.
Half the distance to the goal.
So it was at the 18. 1st and goal at the 9 for Metro East. And handoff left side.
Adams, I believe.
He's going to go for a nice little gain, though. Clock will keep running. Gain of about 4 or 5. We'll see where they end up marking it here.
4-yard gain.
Andrew Adams on the carry. It's a gain of 5. Going to be 2nd down and 5 for the Knights at just shy of their own 15-yard line. You have to feel like Metro East needs to get something to go in here. We talked about that 4th down play earlier being a big deal, and you can see how big it was because 2 touchdowns have come since then, both off the legs of Lane Huffman, but in 2 plays. So, I mean, it's not – that's what BPC and Lane Huffman offers here. So, see what they can get going here for Metro East is Oberhauser back again. That's Abe Oberhauser. He's going to look left. It's going to be dropped by Peterson.
Number 5, Jacob Peterson.
And it's going to bring up 3rd down and a long 5 for the
36 for the Knights.
Oberhauser on our roster is number 12, but being told he's number 12 thanks to Mark
14.
Walking at home. Or he's number 14 on our roster. He's number 12. Number 12 on our roster 14 here.
Yes.
You know what I meant. Know what I mean, not what I say, folks.
Yes.
14's Oberhauser?
Yeah, Abe Oberhauser is what I'm being told online. And since Mark Oberhauser is the one that told me that, I'm going to guess that he's right. So Oberhauser back behind. You're going to hear me say Oberhauser a bunch here as I try to get the right name stuck in my head now. Adams on the inside handoff. He's got some running room. Everybody ran right by him, and he's going to get a 1st down. The 2nd first down of the game for Metro East, and he's going to go out to the 30. A gain of 15, and it's 1st and 10 for the Knights at the 29-yard line.
Beekman and Peroku on the stop.
I'll tell you what, there was a defensive lineman that ran right by him, and ISO ran right at him, and they were just following the play, didn't have their head up, and didn't see the ball run right back by him. 4:30 clock running here in quarter number 1. Shilby is number 12, so those 2 numbers are backwards. Ben Shilby's number 12. Thank you, Mark. I appreciate that greatly, sir. Oh, and then motion and a jump. First penalty of the game, I think, coming for Carter Chambers and BPC here. We'll see if they call it procedure or offsides. I think it's offsides.
They do signal offside.
Yeah, he jumped when the motion man started. Let's bring up 1st down and 5 for the Knights at their own 34-yard line. First penalty for both teams in this game has come on this drive. And, trouble for Oberhauser as he stumbled, but he it might have helped
nice
him.
Run.
He's going to be close to a first down.
Oberhauser with the run. Close to the first down marker.
No, that was Adams, actually.
Good
Excuse me. Adams took the direct snap that time. Excuse me. Andrew Adams, number 24, on the direct snap. They got both fours over there, and they getting us all discombobulated up here. But Andrew Adams
First down.
came up with the ball.
1st and 10 for the Knights.
And they called a first down, so 1st and 10 on the run from the 39-yard line. First drive of the game for the Knights that they've been able to put back-to-back first downs together. Clock running again, 3:37 remaining here in the first quarter. BPC leads 26-0. Metro East has had some flashes, Chris, but just haven't been able to put things together. Daly in motion. Adams on the run.
Direct snap.
And he's going to be brought down finally by Nate Kramer.
And Nate Kramer.
Gain of
2. 2nd down and 8 coming for the Knights as we approach the 3-minute mark. Andrew Adams taking direct snaps here. Oberhauser is still on the sidelines on the far side. And Andrew Adams is going to run it back in again. Oberhauser looks to be their quarterback to have a chance to throw. Adams has not really shown that even willingness to do so. It's been pretty much quarterback draw, quarterback left, quarterback right when Adams has been taking the snaps. And we'll see what happens here as he's in a lone empty set again. 2 wides left. And maybe a delay of game. The deep official throws the flag. And it is a delay of game, and it's going to be another penalty.
So 2nd and about 13.
2nd and 13 coming for the Knights after a 5-yard delay of game penalty. That's what, running your quarterback to the sidelines every play. A, I always thought, man, that's a lot of running for the quarterback. And B, it's time consuming.
Mm-hmm.
In motion, it's Daly on the handoff, and he's going to be bottled up in a hurry. Little to no gain, maybe a loss on the play. We'll see.
Kramer.
A whole host of Spartans there.
Huffman.
And also number 44, Ethan Pierce. A loss of 1. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 14. Is that Officer Hood down there running around with the sign? I didn't know he could run that much. He's going to have to take a break, have him a donut and some coffee when he gets done. I know, Justin, I could say that. I'd say it to Officer Borders, too.
Right.
So if he was down there running. Although Jeff works out a lot more, I think.
Right.
Jeff could probably run way more than that.
Yeah, timeout.
Timeout as another lengthy play coming in. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 14 after the timeout. We'll take a break as well, and we'll be back on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, right after this.
Skip adding detergent to every load with the Load & Go dispenser. Choose from models that hold enough for 20 to 40 loads. With select models even adding a second compartment for fabric softener. So clothes get the care they need, and you can skip adding detergent every time. The Load & Go dispenser, now available in 3 sizes. Brought to you by Whirlpool.
And welcome back to Bushnell-Prairie City High School. As you can see, we're in a timeout here as BPC leads 26-0, but Metro East has put a little bit of a drive together, got 2 consecutive first downs, but now, Chris, they're going the wrong direction.
Yeah, 3rd and long, 3rd and 13 for the Knights. Ball at their own 36-yard line. 91 seconds on the clock here in the opening quarter.
Oberhauser back in at quarterback, it would appear, on this 3rd and long play. And that's going to be a false start. Nope, it's a false start on Peterson on the far side. He jumped at the same time, and Ethan Pierce got bailed out.
So that's going to be a 3rd and 18 back at the 31 for the Knights.
Yep, Ethan Pierce got bailed out right there because Peterson moved just before he did. Try it again here.
18 to go.
Oberhauser back deep in the shotgun. 3 wide receivers far side. They're
They
going to
got
call
32.
this time.
Flag down.
The receiver on the far
Yep.
side, the slot receiver.
Yeah, Landon Jefferson
Legal
early.
procedures, the call against the Knights.
Peterson, Jefferson, and Daly over there on the far side.
It's going to make it 3rd and 23
Third and
now.
Nearly a quarter of the field to go.
Ball back to the 26.
See how I did math there?
Impressed. Hey,
I'm
you
saying.
didn't have to take your shoes off.
I'm saying.
That was awesome, man.
I said nearly two. Oberhauser going to take the snap again. They get it off this time, and he's going to roll left, throw it deep. Peterson's there. It's bounced around. Oh, what a catch! Peterson, what a catch, but he's going to be short. But what a catch at 20 yards. A 20-yard catch, passing catch for Peterson as Huffman was there. It was tip drill times tip drill and a catch as Peterson was stuck with it and landed down on the ground with it and gets the catch. It's going to bring up 4th down and 4 for the Knights. Much more manageable.
Under a minute to play, 55 seconds counting. What a catch.
That's a highlight coming maybe to the I8FA website. I'll pull that one off and pull that for the Knights. That was a nice catch, sticking with it. And this Metro East team, they're behind 26-0, but they are not quitting at all as Jefferson comes out near his side. Peterson far side, Daly in motion. He's going to take the handoff. He's got nowhere to go, and Huffman comes up and slams him down. A loss of 5, and it's going to be up 1st and 10 BPC at the 40-yard line.
30.1 seconds to go, and
just enough time for Huffman.
I was going to say,
again.
Huffman for 4 consecutive touchdowns.
Yeah, that's 4. How many penalties they got now? 4?
That is, 4 for 25 yards.
4 penalties for 25 yards. So all 4 of those were on that.
Between the kickoff and the 3.
That one actually was 10, maybe 9 yards. I don't know what it ended up actually being. And they got Beekman in the slot. De'Arian Thomas, is in the near wide out position. Here comes Huffman around left side. He's going to bounce it back, and he's got a ton of running room and a big block by Pierce, and he might go again. He's going to get a huge block, and he's going to score again from 40 yards out. His second 40-yard touchdown run of the game, and with 15.9 seconds to go, the score becomes 32-0. BPC with the lead. Tell you what, folks, if you want to show a team that they need to keep their backside in position and not over pursue, Lane Huffman's a good guy to show not to do it against, because holy smokes, he's turned 2 of them back that way on Metro East now, and it's 32-0. BPC and Osmond Perelku on to try another one here. First one was a fumbled snap. Second one went wide left. Let's see if Perelku can get this one through the uprights. Beekman again, the holder. Here's the snap. Hold is down, kick is up, and it looks good. That one is good, I do believe it is. Perelku gets the PAT.
16 seconds remaining in the first quarter. It is your Bushnell-Prairie
It's
City
33-0 BPC.
And the Knights of Metro East Lutheran 0.
This game tonight being brought to you on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, by M&B Furniture, Bushnell's only furniture stores, M&B Furniture. They are a mainstay in the community and offer free delivery within 40 miles for everything you need to furnish a new home or replenish an old one. Stop and see the fine folks at 41 West Main Street, or find them at Facebook, Instagram, or on the web at www.mandbfurnitureinc.com. You can also call 309-772-2111. And Farmers and Merchant State Bank of Bushnell. For over 100 years, Farmers and Merchant State Bank of Bushnell has been serving the local community's needs for personal and business banking, as well as home and agricultural lending. They also have an outstanding trust department. Stop by the main branch at 484 East Main Street or the drive-up facility on Cole Street to learn more. F&M is a member FDIC and an equal housing lender. And King Family Chiropractic, with locations in Bushnell and Macomb, support Bushnell-Prairie City Athletics. They offer office hours in Macomb Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and Bushnell Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. Here we go. Perelku on to kick off again. That's a higher kick. It's a shorter kick. Daly comes up, and he's going to fall down with it at the 20-yard line.
Bailey downs the ball at the 20.
And it's a first and 10 Metro East at the 20. And you know what's funny is it's 33-0. And I know we don't keep track of time of possession, but I'll guarantee you Metro East has had the ball longer than BPC by a substantial amount. That last drive took about 5 or 6 minutes, and that's probably more than BPC's had the football the whole game. What, their last 4 drives have been one play?
Yep, touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. 4 touchdowns consecutive for Lane Huffman.
Yeah, and he's the only one that's touched the ball, right?
Yep. 7 offensive plays in the quarter for BPC, and 5 of them go to the end zone for the score.
Oberhauser back. Now we got people trying to decide who's going where and what's going what, and all kinds of stuff here. Oberhauser looks right. He's got a hand in his face, across the middle. Incomplete, looking for Peterson. And there on coverage is number 42, Tanner Pierce for BPC, I do believe. His linebacker position, Chris, is getting a lot of coverage.
Yes, they have.
He's been out in coverage a lot from his outside linebacker spot. 10.5 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. It's still 33-0. BPC with the lead. Second down and 10 from the 20 for the Metro East Knights, as Daly came up and caught the ball from the short higher kick from Perelku, and he was on his knees when he caught it, so he was down right there. Oberhauser back again. 2 wides, no, 1 wide near or far. Daly is like a flanker, and now he goes left side to a slot. Now he comes back. No, he goes back across. I'm not sure if he knows where he's going.
Close to delay a game.
Yeah, they're waving the arms, and there it is.
Penalty marker, delay of game.
Zach Daly just didn't know what side of the formation he was supposed to be on. Running back and forth there, and they've put big number 55 out, and Ian Skelton out in a slot position and a wide out position in the last couple plays, trying to maybe at least get some extra size out there. You'd think if you're going to do something like that with Peterson, instead of dropping deep, you'd maybe have him block and do a screen of some sort, right?
Right. Quick release pass.
There's the exact thing we were talking about, a swing pass to Daly.
That's going to stop it with 7 seconds to play.
It's incomplete again. 3rd and 15 after the delay of game penalty. Knocked him back on the last play. Lane Huffman is having a game. We just came up with a new athlete of the week, the Bad Boy Mowers Athlete of the Week, presented by Ron Elby Auto Sales. And
I think you got a leader in the house already.
He was the first one the first week with 200 and some yards, and he's trying to do it again this week. We haven't announced it, but we'll announce it. There's a nice pass downfield. He's got somebody open. 2 receivers are there, and neither one of them can get to it. Peterson was there, as well as number 8, Peter Curtis, and they were both a step short.
Beekman. That'll stop it with 2.5 seconds to play. So 4th and 15 for the Knights. Beekman's going to drop back.
And they're going to say Huffman, just stay on the sidelines. He wanted to come out and score another touchdown in the first quarter, and they're like, nah, we're not going to let that happen. $33-0, 2.5 seconds to go here in the first quarter.
The Knights again slow getting
and a long
personnel
snapper.
in.
They're going to get another 5-yard penalty if they aren't careful.
Got it.
Wonder if they have an injury on the far side. There is one player sitting. Is that Adams sitting over there on the side on the bench?
No, I don't think so.
Number 24. Man, Lubert has got a nice leg on him. Beekman comes up to get it. He's going to bounce it outside, and he's going to come back across the field. He's got some running room now. He taught it. Touchdown pass against the Aliens earlier and a skit, but he can't get a touchdown here. And if you wonder what I'm talking about, the skits, you can go back and watch them. But Brock Beekman caught a touchdown pass there and then returned that ball all the way to about the 10-yard line. See if they mark it 1st and goal or 1st and 10 here. They're going to say it's 1st and 10, just outside the 10, I do believe. At the end of one quarter of play, it's 33-0, BPC with the lead. We'll take a break, and we'll be back on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, right after this.
After my appointment that day, I just made up my mind that I'm going to have my baby here in Macomb and this hospital, because irrespective of where you're from, who you are, it's just their line of duty to make sure they give care, make you comfortable.
I told about the staff of MDH. You know, they're all good. And you will get all the support you need. This is just the best place for you and your family.
It was the community that really drew me back to Macomb. I'm from a small community, and I'm from a farm family, and ultimately I always wanted to practice in a place like that, and I felt that I had the ability to connect to people who with a similar background from me, and the fact that the staff members at the hospital and the support, all the support staff at the hospital was also focused with the goal of patient care. It felt like it just all came hammered at home for me.
And at the end of one quarter of play, BPC 33, Metro East Lutheran 0 as we get ready to go. And Metro East Lutheran had a punt returned by Brock Beekman for BPC all the way down to the Knights' 10-yard line. So it's going to be first and 10. First and 10 for BPC 11. At the 11.
So they can get a first down.
11-yard line to start the
Four straight
quarter.
plays have been touchdowns for Lane Huffman. He's back in the game right here. See if he can get 5 for 5. That'd be like a great baseball day if you could go 5 for 5. He's not going to this time, I don't think. Well, no,
nope.
He's not. He's going to get strangled down inside or at the 5-yard line. A gain of 6. It's going to bring up second down and 4.
6-yard gain for Huffman.
Yeah, first quarter touchdown runs of 43, 25, 40, 23, and 40.
Yeah, that's not too bad.
So 2nd and 4 from the Knights, 5 for BPC. 11:30 to play here in the opening half. Going to send to Perelku and Beekman far side. Beekman in the slot.
Huffman alone setback. Talon Love has yet to throw a pass. He hasn't had to, obviously. Beekman's going to get the handoff. He rounds the corner and dives in for a touchdown.
Yep. Touchdown!
5-yard touchdown run for Brock Beekman.
Brock Beekman with a 5-yard touchdown run.
And the Spartans make it 39-0. $39-0. This is a big PAT. It gets it to 40. But a lot of time left before halftime, so it really doesn't matter a whole lot yet. Perelku was good on his last one, missed the second one, and a snap was bobbled on the first one. There's another kick, and it looks good as well. It is good.
Kick is good. With
40-0. With 11:11 to go, and quarter number 2, the Spartans lead 40-0. Just like that, we'll take another quick break, and we'll be back on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, right after this.
I chose MDH. We moved here, and I was researching different places that would allow me to VBAC, have a vaginal birth after C-section, and the doctors here do encourage that, and so I chose that after looking online, and I wouldn't want to deliver anywhere else because they all go above and beyond, and they're so kind and actually care about you.
Dry needling is where you insert a filiform needle into a muscle, a tendon, a ligament, sometimes a bone, and it promotes blood flow and circulation so that it heals that particular painful area.
And welcome back to Bushnell-Prairie City High School. We're just discussing off air that the cheerleaders doing all these jumping jacks. Johnny doesn't have the camera on them. They're doing all these jumping jacks. And you said they had to do 55. The problem is you have to do 6, and then you have to do 14, and then you have to do 20, and then you have to do 27, and then you have to, or however it went, 33. And there's the kick by Perelku. Another nice kick down to the 10-yard line. Daly has it this time with some running room. And Perelku's the first one down there, and they might call a hold.
I'm going to say they may get Perelku on a.
Daly with the return.
I don't
know how you can call Perelku on something, but they might call him on something. I think they held his leg when he. Yep, there's the hold. That's what I thought. It's going to be a hold. Perelku rocked whoever that was down there, and then the guy held his leg on the ground, so Perelku couldn't get away. So another penalty. It's at the 20-yard line, so it should be 1st and 10.
From the 10.
From the 10 for the Metro East Lutheran Knights. 11:01 to go here in the first half. Metro East has got to get some points on the board if they want to keep from having a running clock in the second half.
Right.
And that's without BPC scoring any more points. 11:01 to go, quarter number 2 now. Oh, I forgot to add that up. I apologize. I'll get that on here, folks. Quarter number 2.
For Metro East Lutheran.
Second quarter, just less than a minute in, so I guess it wasn't too late, except I did miss a touchdown before I got it changed. I never claimed to be real quick on that stuff. That's the one thing I'm really like. There's some things I'm bad at. I'm really bad at the quarters. I always forget the quarters.
Quarterback, and that looks like it's Adams again, maybe on the direct snap.
They blew the whistle, but the pile started moving after they blew the whistle.
Maybe a gain of a yard.
It was Andrew Adams, and little to no gain.
The ball carrier gets the ball back to the line.
I'm going to call that no gain, 2nd and 10.
10:35 to play. First half. All BPC thus far, 40-0 over the Knights.
They put that at 1st, and they only took 9 yards on that penalty. Oh, no, there goes the down marker back. Never mind. Maybe they did get a yard or 2. Hey, do you want it? No, it's okay. I stole Mr. Rotifer's chair. There's trouble. Snap got
Adams.
hit. Adams is going to come down with it, and he's going to
run.
run through Carter Pierce's attempted tackle. The tackle attempt by Gary Hughes. Tanner Pierce finally going to bring him down, and it's going to be no gain. He did get 2 yards on the first carry, so if you want to give him 2 yards on this one to make up for it.
There we go.
3rd and
Got
8. Well, now they lost one. Never mind. Yeah, well, we'll be kind.
I'm leaving it at 2.
So we'll be kind.
9:40 to play.
You want this one? Here, take the taller one, Mr. Rotifer.
It's like Adams again.
Arnie says, I'll take. I can't bring it down to you. You're going to have to come get it.
Direct snap to Adams. He's around the right side, wrapped up by Beekman and Hughes, short of the first down. Marker gain of about 4, we'll call it. So 4th and about 4, it looks like, for the Knights.
9:08 clock running to go here in the
4th and 4 for the Knights.
Brockmeyer out there, number 23. It's going to be a direct snap, it would appear again here. Try to find a run, and they're not going to find a spot. Back there with the direct snap was Landon Jefferson, number 32, just trying to go sheer size, and he loses a yard, and it's going to be up 1st and 10 on the turnover on downs to BPC, 1st and 10 to 15-yard line.
1st and 10 for the Spartans.
8:34 to go, first half.
BPC having their way right now with Metro East Lutheran. Perelku's going to get his leg loose. He's going to have to be kicking again if things stay the same way they've been so far. 2 setbacks now. Oh, that's first time shotgun formation and pitch underneath the Beekman. And he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Morgan on the stop for the
Ball out to the 15-yard line.
Metro East Lutheran Knights.
That's the first time they've been from the shotgun except for on a 2-point conversion tonight. Kind of got me all discombobulated.
No gain for Beekman.
8:10 remaining. De'Arian Thomas back out there, number 5. Huffman beside Talon Love. A wing back is Beekman on the left side. Fake handoff to Huffman. Throws left-handed to Beekman. He's inside the 10. It'll be a first completion of the game. See where they mark it. Going to bring up a gain of 7, 3rd down and 3 for BPC. Well, they aren't moving it that far forward.
6-yard gain.
6. A gain of 6. 3rd and 4. Ball's on the 9. Barely. Actually, it's on the 10. You were right. They marked that way back there farther than I thought they were going to.
Yeah.
Same formation, except Talon Love's going to go up under center. Huffman's going to be the lone setback this time. Beekman in the slot to the left. Hanno's going to go to Huffman. He's going to go right up the middle, and he's going to go in for a 9-yard touchdown run for Lane Huffman.
Touchdown, Lane Huffman.
195 yards on 9 carries for Huffman.
46-0, BPC with the lead.
6th touchdown of the half for Lane Huffman.
.656 to go. It's 46-0. And Perelku back on to kick again. Beekman, hold, down, kick up, and good.
Perelku's kick is good.
3 in a row for Osmond Perelku.
With 6.
And it's 47-0.
Spartans 47.
BPC with the lead.
Lutheran 0.
Game being brought to you by Raritan State Bank. Raritan State Bank's Bushnell branch, located at 360 South Green Street in Bushnell, offers full-service banking and loan services for all your local banking needs. Come visit the bank, a friendly service, or call them at 309-772-2345. Good luck, Spartans. Bushnell Banking Center is an equal housing lender, a member FDIC. And Pond Plus. Pond Plus is proud to have served Macomb and the surrounding area for over 20 years, providing cash for most items of value. Pond Plus is the area's largest seller of used items, including firearms. They also provide on-site jewelry repairs and are open 9 to 5 Monday through Saturday. They have a great selection of jewelry, electronics, tools, and video games. Located at 324 West Jackson Street in Macomb, between Erico and Taco Bell. Sorry, I moved my hand. I apologize.
They are also home against Rushville Industry. That's the volleyball team. Check them out Tuesday and Thursday, both home contests.
So you hear maybe Coach Arnold saying there that the volleyball team's home this week. First home games of the year are Tuesday and Thursday. Deep kick.
That's going to go all in the end zone.
Into the end zone and through the end zone, and a touchback. Don't say that very often in this day and age in 1A football. 6:56 to go in the first half. It's 47-0. BPC with the lead.
So once again, check out the Spartans next Friday night as they travel to Peoria Heights.
Spartans travel to Peoria Heights next week to play the Patriots, who are at West Prairie tonight. We'll pull that game up, and the Cyclones are beating the Patriots 28-6 in the second quarter right now on TSSR Game Time Live. Other games on TSSR Game Time Live is Milledgeville and Orangeville. See who's winning that game. 28-6 in the second quarter. Cyclones are beating the Patriots, and here's Oberhauser going to take the snap, hands off inside to Adams, and he goes out to the 25-yard line.
Along with Gary Hughes.
Hughes and Kramer on the stop. Gain of 4.
Gary Hughes, we've been saying his name quite a bit here tonight. Had a good game. It's 42-0. Milledgeville beating Orangeville. Bunch of Villes up north if you haven't figured that out yet.
Milledgeville looks like the real deal again this year.
Yeah, they put a pounding on Polo last week too, and Polo was actually ranked higher than them. They were ranked 3, Polo was 2, and they beat them 55-20, I think it was. Adams on the handoff, and Kramer in the backfield along with number 4, Xander Jones. And it's a loss on the play of 3. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 8.
Halftime score, Knoxville on top of LVC, 41-0. Vanna trailing Stark County 35-6 at the half. Mercer County trailing in the second quarter to Farmington 20-7.
So 28-6, Cyclones winning their game in the second quarter for their homecoming, and BPC is leading here 47-0 over Metro East Lutheran. Oberhauser back again center. Adams to his left. That's going to go directly to Adams on the snap. He's going to try to find some running room, and there's nothing there. He bounces off a couple people.
Beekman, take your pick.
Jones was there first. Beekman, Kramer, and a host of others come throw him down, and he's going to lose 2 or 3. Give him a loss of 3. It's going to bring up 4th and 11 now for the Knights. 5:05 to go here in the first half. And a touchdown for Milledgeville makes it 48-0.
Spartans will go to Milledgeville week 9.
Yeah, fine folks up there will cover that game for us.
Looks like Huffman back in on the punt return. He's back at about the Knights 46, 47 yard line.
Second quarter action up in Milledgeville. Lubert in to kick again. He's had some dandy kicks, and they're waiting for the clock to run down as far as possible. That one is not as good. Huffman's going to come up. He fumbles it for the second time. He's going to fall on it, and Lutheran nearly got there, but Huffman tracked it down in time.
Offensive leg, that's going to be
First and 10 for the Spartans.
about 10 yards forward from where he first made contact with the football.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line of the Knights for BPC. So with 4:17 to go, BPC a chance to add another touchdown before halftime here. Huffman still in the backfield. Love's going to go up under center. Darian Thomas out near side on the wideout position, and the slot is Brock Beekman. Pierce, I'm guessing, is on the far side. Can't see the number. There it was. And a timeout.
Equipment issue?
Something. What are we calling here? The official was over, the Whitecap was over talking to Metro East's head coach, and the head coach didn't get the response he was looking for. Here comes Beekman in motion. Love fakes handoff, drops back. He's going to throw it deep down the field to Huffman. Huffman is there. It's going to be a touchdown. Lane Huffman doing it through the on the ground and now through the air. A 35-yard touchdown pass from Talon Love to Lane Huffman. And with 4:09 to go, it is 53-0, BPC with the lead. And Peroku on to kick again. Looks like it must be halftime at West Prairie. 28-6. Peroku on to kick again. Holds down, kick is up, and the kick is good.
Huffman's kick is good.
54, excuse me. 0. We'll take a break, and we'll be back on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, right after this.
I chose MDH.
I chose the MDH OBGYN group because I've heard wonderful things about Dr. Smith. And upon entering the office, I really got along with everybody and got a warm feeling. The staff is warm and inviting and welcoming. It's a small community, so it's a really nice hospital to have here in the rural area. I continue to choose MDH because of the relationships I have. I really enjoy everybody here.
And welcome back to Bushnell-Prairie City High School. Hey, we were talking about how many jumping jacks cheerleaders are going to have to do. They just started doing them by 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54. 28-6, West Prairie leads at the half over Peoria Heights. And 48-0 last check. It was Milledgeville over Orangeville.
28-6 West Prairie
at the half. And Milledgeville's beating Orangeville 48-0, if you care about that, Coach Arnold. Here's the kick by Perelko, another deep one. Daly back at the 5. It's going to stay in bounds or in play. It's at the 5. He picks it up. Perelko puts a hand on him and finally knocks him down out across the 15. Or right at the 16. A one-arm tackle by Perelko, and it's going to be at the 16 or 17-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Knights. They call it the 17 on the scoreboard, so will we. 4:03 to go here in the first half. Spartans with a big lead here tonight thus far.
That could have been a big disaster for the Knights.
Thought it
was going to go into the end zone. It hit right at the 5 and just died.
Yeah, he put the backspin on that one. It stopped right where it landed. Bounced backwards a little bit, actually. They are announcing the homecoming court at West Prairie right now on our YouTube channel, if you folks at home want to watch that. With that in mind, we'll see if we can't go back to the Milledgeville game, see what that's doing. That's Shelby in at quarterback now, number 12, I do believe, and he gets ran down hard by Kramer.
Loss of 2?
Was a loss of 2 on the play.
2 for the Knights.
Yeah, that looks like 12.
I do believe it was number 12.
Ben Shelby.
Ben Shelby. We thought he was number 14. He's actually number 12. So they got the backup quarterback in now. Do Metro East and the Knights. 54-0, BPC with the lead. 3:26 remaining. Clock is running here in quarter number 2. So it would appear we'll have a running clock the entire second half. And over the head of Shelby it goes, and he's going to fall on it inside the 5, or maybe they're going to give it to him at the 5. Nope, at the 4. At the 4-yard line.
Ball down by Shelby.
So a loss of 10. And it's going to bring up 3rd and a bunch.
They mark it at the 5. They got to get to the 27.
So it's at the 4, so it's actually 4th and 3rd and 23.
3rd and 23 from the 4. 2:40 to play here in the opening half. BBC up 54-0.
Three wides, actually a deep setback. Throw's going to go to the flat, looking for Peterson. Peterson cut in, and
got beyond the blitz.
Shelby threw out. Of course, he threw just out of
fear.
Yeah.
As that will mean a stoppage of the clock. 2:22 to play.
And they're going to punt it away again, facing a 4th down and 23 from about their own 4 or 5 yard line.
Up and back. That's going to go back to about midfield.
Boy, Metro East has found themselves in a lot of these 4th and longs.
And again, late substitution for the Knights. And what
at this point, you got to just let
what
them.
Happened?
Oh, my goodness.
Kramer.
Nate Kramer says, I don't think so. You can do some sort of a
trick,
crazy play. And then number 34, who took the lick. The catch was made by Steven Norberg. And what a hit by Nate Kramer.
I'm going to get out of sportsmanlike, I think, on Metro East Lutheran.
Norberg picked the ball. When he got slammed to the ground by Kramer, he stood up and then spiked the ball on the ground. And that 9 times out of 10 is going to get you a penalty, and I think it's going to do it right here.
Conduct is the call against the Knights.
His first penalty. It's 50-0 at the half. Milledgeville over Orangeville, 50-0. And Orangeville was, I think, undefeated coming into this game as well.
I think so as well.
I'm not 100% sure, but I think that the Orangeville or the Milledgeville Missiles have beaten an undefeated team every week this year.
Wow.
No, Quest wasn't undefeated. Quest in the second week
right.
was not undefeated. Everybody else was undefeated today. Of course, first was 0-0.
Right. That's going to move it inside the
About to the
10 to
5-yard line.
Yeah, the 5.
First and goal at the 5. And Huffman a chance to get his 7th touchdown?
Yep. He's got 6 thus far.
Has he got 7 or 6?
Oh, yeah, 7. Yeah.
6 rushing and 1 receiving. Is that right?
He's
Love's
got
going to
7
keep
now.
it. He's going to try and turn the corner. He's going to lean in and then somehow sneaks his way in. A 5-yard touchdown run for Talon Love, and it's 60-0 BPC.
2:10 to play in the first half.
Perelku and Beekman back out there one more time.
Yeah, 6 rushing touchdowns for Huffman.
And 1 pass
and 1 receiving touchdown.
Beekman looks to Perelku, snaps low. Beekman gets it down. It's going to be maybe wide right. We'll see. Nope, it's good.
Snuck it in.
Snuck it in. And I'll tell you what, Perelku could kick that field goal from a solid 30 yards.
Coach Schussler, we were talking about that last week with a nice weapon that could be down the stretch, and said, yeah, he's kicking. He can make it pretty consistent from 30-ish so yards away.
Well, here we go, folks. We're approaching half. It's 61-0 BPC after the PAT by Osman Perelku. This game being brought to you by Sports Corner at 124, Macomb's original local sports bar. Sports Corner at 124 with a focus on local sports. Catch WIU games and all the area TSSR Game Time live broadcasts at Sports Corner at 124, all while enjoying your favorite cold drink and some of the best food in West Central Illinois. Stop in and say hi at 124 North Randolph Street in Macomb. And Midwest Ice. Do you need ice for an upcoming event? Look no further. Midwest Ice has you covered. Midwest Ice is Central Illinois' newest ice delivery service. We deliver ice directly to your event. Call Blaine Wrench at 309-351-8192 for a quote today.
Perelku to kick it away for BPC again.
Low squib kick this time is going to go all the way down to the 15. Picked up by Daly there, and they're going to throw another flag.
In a hole. Got some
penalty marker.
What they're going to call this might be on BPC. Nope, it's a hold against. He was pointing at BPC's sideline. The referee that threw the flag was
8 for 65 on the penalties for the Knights.
And they didn't have one till a minute mark, essentially, of the 4-minute mark of the first quarter.
Yep.
They've all come since then, and it's kind of derailed from that point. You look back at that point where it was 14-0, and they went for it on 4th down in their own territory and didn't make it. And we said that that was a key point for them. They needed to make something happen if they were going to. But at the same time, right? At the same time, then you're like, if you don't make it,
you're basically handing great field,
right?
Great field position to BPC.
Yeah, 10-yard penalty holding.
Hold.
10-yard penalty for holding.
1st and 10 at the 12 or 13-yard line.
1st and 10 for the Knights.
Adams back at quarterback now. Daly in motion, and he's going to get slammed to the ground.
Adams brought down by
Ethan Pierce in the backfield in a hurry. He's going to lose 2 or 3.
2.
Yeah, I gave him a loss of 2. It's going to bring it. Well, they keep moving it back.
3-yard loss for Adams.
Call it 2-yard loss. 2nd and 12, 1:40 to go. And at this point, I think if you're Metro East Lutheran, you want to use as much of this clock as you can.
Right.
Right.
Adams goes over to get a play now, getting a play sent in from the sidelines.
Now, I know the back judge is supposed to be deep, but this back judge plays really deep, doesn't he?
He's might be good 30-plus yards from the line of scrimmage.
He's working his way forward now a little bit, but Oberhauser back at quarterback, I think. Nope, it's Adams again. He's going to find some running room around the right side. And then, is that Beekman again coming up?
Yep.
It is. Beekman coming up and just laying the wood.
Defense has laid some big hits on here in the first half for BPC.
A gain of 2, 3rd down and 10. Beekman has got the form tackling thing down to a science, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He did it last week and has done it a couple times here tonight.
Clock down to 42 seconds to play, first half.
And they will not have to snap it on 4th down unless they really want to. But if something happens here, they get a first down, they might try it. But Adams again back. Going to take the direct snap. He rounds around Guppy, and he's got some running room. And Jones comes up and makes the tackle. He might have a first down.
I think he's got enough for a first down, it looks like.
They're going to stop it. 11-yard gain. Well, maybe a 10-yard gain. Let's see where they mark it at here.
1st and 10 for the night.
Yep, 10-yard gain right at the down marker. They give him 11. Give him 11. Be nice.
Sure.
Give him 11. 1st and 10. But that'll be the last play because they didn't take a timeout, and I don't think they can get the snap off. They might here. They're going to try. They're going to get it off.
Yep.
There's the end of the quarter, and Adams on a keeper, dropped by Pierce again. No, it's not Pierce, it's Guppy. And that's how the quarter and the half is going to end. 61-0. The score, BPC leads at the half. This will be an extended halftime here, folks, as we'll have the homecoming court. I'm going to steal your headset here. Talk to Coach Borders for a second. I haven't said that. That's the first time I've got to say that on air, is saying hi to Coach Borders. Beekman has got this form tackling thing figured out, doesn't he?
Yeah, there's actually an ongoing running joke competition between the coaches on who's the hardest or who's the best tackler on the team. And it's always between Kramer and Beekman is the argument. But every once in a while we'll get like someone like Osman making that tackle on the kick return. We're like, hey, you know what? Maybe we got another person in the contending here.
Yeah, I tell you what, you can't ask for a much better first half, especially out of Lane Huffman.
No, Lane's a workhorse, and we told him you're going to get the ball until they stop you, and he just pretty much stopped himself on the energy.
Yeah. I'll tell you, what's funny is I mentioned, I think 2 or 3 of those touchdown runs he didn't take them where they were supposed to go. One of them, he was supposed to run up the middle. He bounced outside, outran. And 2 of them were going all the way back across the field. That over-pursuit, I mean, you and I have done a lot of football games. Pursuing and over-pursuing on the backside is a huge problem, and you cannot do that against that kid.
Right. That's actually something that we work with on with the running backs is go to your initial hole, and then from there look for a cutback lane. But Lane's just one of them special players that there's no cutback lane, but then we're going to take it all the way back. We're going to go back 10 yards, and we're going to go ahead and go 70 for the touchdown.
Yeah. He's the Barry Sanders of BPC right now, isn't he?
Yes, he is. But, truth be told, that defense in the first half, Nate Kramer's out there just flying around at middle linebacker. This score is what it is because the defense is giving us short fields.
Ethan Pierce has had some big plays. Carter Chambers had some big plays early. The pressure has taken them completely out of any passing game. Essentially, they just have no time.
Yeah, and as coaches, we're sitting here, and our defense is hitting and making so many plays that when you look over on the other sideline, you can see that the other team just doesn't have it in them at this point.
Yeah.
It's almost like that first quarter we just took the will right out of them. You know, and speaking of will, he's out there just making huge blocks for Lane. Another guy that we can't.
Hey, that poor kid might have had a pick 6.
Oh, we would have never heard the end of it. So
yeah, that's one of those deals where is that coming to me? There's no way that's coming to me. Holy crap, it's coming to me.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I was running Scout Team O this week, and we tried to run that middle screen. He did the exact same thing in practice, and he says, "Coach, I see this play. I know when it's coming." He wasn't wrong.
He was not. He got it. Well, Coach, thanks for coming and talking to us. I don't know what to say. Good luck in the second half.
Yeah. See if we can make it out, injuries and, make everyone healthy getting to Peoria Heights next week.
Obviously, a lot of subs and some backup quarterbacks, some snaps probably here in the second half.
Yeah, well, I'm sure you're going to be able to fill out that sheet with a whole lot more names here.
Yeah. All right, Coach Borders talking to us at the half. We'll get Chris back under the headset here and go over some snaps as we're talking about the homecoming court now. Johnny's going those. We'll read those off to you when they're done here. You have to do the on-air stuff when you have the on-air stuff to do, right? So I got you turned down there.
Again, I think people probably may not want to hear me talk.
Yeah, well, I was talking. I saw you were texting, so I really wasn't. It's just so loud when the other open microphone is there. So I was trying to. Jalen Conley, last year's homecoming king, and
Jalen and Kylie will be
Kylie Norris, excuse me, the
king and queen.
homecoming queen. They're both here, and they're going to announce the homecoming king and queen right now, I do believe. So we'll just be quiet for a minute, and it's going to happen. Coach Arnold says it's going to happen, so we'll let you folks hear that. We'll remain quiet and see who the homecoming king and queen is going to be for BPC.
Your 2023 homecoming king and queen are Nate Kramer and Daisy Crow.
Daisy Crow and Nate Kramer, the homecoming king and queen. So they'll get out and get their pictures taken, I do believe. Nate Kramer is the brother of Maisie Kramer. Maisie was the homecoming queen in 2020, or 20, was it 2020? Whatever, the year COVID.
2020.
Kept us, we started playing stuff late, right? And,
yes.
And she was actually had COVID, or was
yes.
sick and couldn't come.
I remember that.
Had no symptoms, if I remember right, but so there's no pressure on Callie, but the two older ones have gotten homecoming queen and king.
Right.
Just saying. You know, I think that if I remember right, Don, Darren, and Bambi Havens were all homecoming queens and kings too.
Wow.
If I remember correctly. Somebody watching could tell me if I'm wrong on that, but I think I'm right on that. Keeping it in family. Nate Kramer, the homecoming king. And Jake Willie, Osmond Perelku, Carter Chambers, and Dalton Huffman, all football players, were the other members of the boys on that. Hey, can we steal your sheet so we can read the names of the homecoming court? So the pairs were Daisy Crow and Carter Chambers, Olivia Malda and Dalton Huffman, Allison Schrott and Nate Kramer, Kinley Sharp and Caden Palm, Kaylin Waldo and Osmond Perelku, and McKinley Weatherby and Jake Willie. So Caden Palm, not a football player, I don't believe, but he is a basketball player. Right. Everybody else were football players. And it ends up being the homecoming king is Nate Kramer, and a homecoming queen is Daisy Crow. As we get ready to go with the band, and 15 minutes still on the clock here as we have the extended halftime with that information. And we'll take our first break of halftime, and we'll be back here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, right after this.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there is limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
My experience with McDonough District Hospital was amazing. I have a lot of allergies, complicated by nasal problems. And the procedure I had is Vive Air. Dr. Sparks was incredible.
The Vive Air procedure is a radiofrequency ablation procedure. She no longer has to do any medications to breathe, so she gets much more restful night's sleep. And a short little office procedure, and have somebody that feels like it's totally changed their life means the world.
It's a permanent improvement on the quality of your life.
I see acute injuries on the field. I see ankle sprains. I see ACL knee injuries, as well as in the clinic. It's very rewarding to see them from on the field injury to rehab to transition back to their event.
Well, I've always had an interest in the medical field, and then growing up, I actually went through physical therapy myself for an injury, and that got me back to playing my sports and the activities that I loved. So seeing that firsthand, I got to see how much physical therapy could really benefit others.
Find the right cycle combinations. Simply choose what and how you want to wash and dry to help keep clothes looking their best. Intuitive controls. Brought to you by Whirlpool.
Minimally invasive surgery offers a variety of benefits to the patient. We are now able to offer patients a variety of operations with small incisions rather than big open incisions. The surgeries that we can do now, minimally invasive, include bariatrics, hernia repair, colorectal surgeries, faster recovery, smaller incisions, faster time back to work.
And welcome back to Bushnell-Prairie City High School. You can see the cheerleaders doing their dance on the floor. There's Michael Ebert. What are you doing up here? 50-50, getting ready to draw. Misty's down there too, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
All kinds of fine folks down there doing the 50-50, it would appear. You know, so Mike's got the money. He's the money man. 50-50 ticket, and Chris is going to draw it. There's the 50-50 ticket, Coach Arnold. You want to go ahead and talk about some stats?
Yeah, 61-0 in favor of BPC at the break. It was pretty much the Lane Huffman show. 9 carries for 195 yards. 6 rushing touchdowns for Lane. Talon Love, 1 carry for 5 and a touchdown. Brock Beekman, 2 carries for 5 and a touchdown. Love was 2 of 2 passing for 41 yards and 1 touchdown. Beekman with a 6-yard catch, and Lane Huffman with a 35-yard catch. That was a touchdown. Lane Huffman, 7 touchdowns for BPC in the opening half. 61-0 in favor of the Spartans. For the Metro East Lutheran Knights was Andrew Adams with 15 carries for 51 yards. Let's see what else we have here. We've got Shelby, 2 carries for negative 12. 32, Landon Jefferson, 1 carry for a negative 1. Jacob Peterson, 1 carry for a negative 1. 14, Oberhauser with 1 carry for 9. Zach Daly, 3 carries for negative 4. And again, it was Andrew Adams leading the way with 15 carries for 51 yards. Oberhauser was 1 of 8 passing for 19 yards. And it's all BPC at the break, 61-0. Actually, BPC and Lane Huffman at the half. Lane Huffman was 7 of the 8 touchdowns or 9 touchdowns for BPC. Brock Beekman with 1 and Talon Love with 1 as well. 6 rushing touchdowns, almost 200 yards in the first half for Lane Huffman. Quite the half.
So the Cyclones back in action, still up 28-6. Looks like they'll have the ball as we've got back underway here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. Is the band out performing now for BPC? The band not as big as it used to be at any of the schools anymore, but they sound good.
They sound good.
They sure got a lot of practice playing the fight song in the first half.
Yes, they did.
The cheerleader, you know you're having a good game when the cheerleaders decide they're going to start doing jumping jacks by 5 instead of by points. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 61. Coach Snyder says he's going to make them do all the next week in class. That's going to be Jim next week. Since you can't do them at the game, you're going to have to do them next week in class.
You Can't Touch This by MC Hammer was released in 1990.
Coach Snyder is up here after taking money. He's got some basketball kids, I'm sure, that are thinking about playing some basketball about right now. What do you think?
Well, probably.
Caden Palm's not playing football, so he's got to be warming up. Him and Tanner Kleinden's probably.
Probably, I would guess
ready
so.
For some basketball, maybe.
That'll be here before we know it, or
before we know it's no kidding. Coach Snyder, are you? You got Caden Palm and Tanner Kleindens in the gym working out for basketball? Starting next week or the week after? Tanner Kleindens went on a cruise. His parents don't get to take breaks. Yeah, it seems like it's always the case. All the students get to go to the good places. You could dunk with a trampoline or on an 8-foot hoop, can't you? You can dunk with a trampoline or an 8-foot hoop, can't you? Whatever height I don't have to jump for. So we are at the half here at Bushnell-Prairie City High School. 61-0 is the score. And as Coach Borders said, probably see a lot of new names on the field. Coach Schneider, you want to talk about basketball for a minute since you're here? We get Coach Schneider under the headset for a few minutes here. Let him talk things up, and we're going to get Coach Arnold when he's done doing his announcer's duties. Talk to us. Yeah, got to talk about some junior high baseball, but basketball will be here before you know it, won't it?
Yeah, and I know some of the kids have been itching to get in the gym. They keep asking me when I'm going to open up the gym and allow them to start playing and stuff. And I told them, guys, it's still kind of early. We will have plenty of time. Our season doesn't technically start until I think November 7th. I think is our first practice. So we have quite a bit of time left to kind of feel things out. But I know that they're itching to get in there, which makes it, as a coach, it makes you excited.
Now, I saw a photo, I think, of Caden Palm playing Ironman volleyball the other night. And it might have been the angle, but it looked like his waist was up to the top of the net.
Yeah,
that kid can jump too.
Yes, and he's been in the weight room. Tanner's been working out with some guys for basketball. But both of those two guys can get off the floor. That's something that you don't see too often.
How many times have you coached at this level? Coached kids that had two kids that can just drop step dunk like those two probably can.
Let's see, they could do it last year.
So twice?
Yeah, last year and this year. I've had, when I was in Carolina, my last year, we had a few kids that could get up and dunk. They couldn't just one step and elevate like these two can. But these two can't jump off 1 foot.
They have to two-foot jump.
Yeah. And then, so that's kind of something that we're working on this year because, you get a little more momentum. I mean, you're not as strong as a base jumping off 1 foot as you are off two, but, it's nice to see them both elevate and see a whole forearm, elbow at the rim level. It's trying to coach them and tell them, guys, you got to want to jump that high every time,
right?
Because other teams might have like one guy or even no guys. They might have one or two guys that might be able to dunk, but not elevate to the height that those two can. So
the thing that I noticed last year was the fact that Tanner can get up, like rebounding and just go up. That's the thing you don't see in this level very much, right? I mean, he can be down there to rebound and just go up and slam it back down.
Yeah, and that's what's this summer. It shocked a couple of the schools that we were playing, at Macomb shootout, and then we went up to Monmouth for a day, and just to see him get off the floor, he's gotten a little quicker. Which is I'm excited to see, but he's got a little quicker to get off the floor and elevate to his height, as opposed to last year. He kind of is like, I have to take this gather step and then elevate. So, which is nice, and his confidence is growing. You can see it. So it's just trying to make sure that he just stays with that confidence and trying to get Caden to understand. That confidence too, like just
he likes to
go
shoot threes too.
I know,
so
and that's which is not a bad thing either. But because you can't really, are you going to put a small guy on him because then he can go down low, or you're going to put a big guy on him and he'll go out and shoot.
Now the thing is, if you could teach him to jump off 1 foot and dunk, he'd be a complete and utter threat, wouldn't he?
Mm-hmm. And I've told him that a couple times. Same thing with Tanner, when those guys go. Drive baseline, just elevate and go and try to dunk. Just if you get blocked, you get blocked, and then if not, you get fouled, and if you miss, you miss. But until you feel like you can do it,
you're not going to do it, right?
Yeah, you're going to be timid to want to even try it. But I'm just trying to get those guys the confidence to just go and just do it, because we know what they can, and they know they can.
A kid that I don't know how much he'll play for you, but I know he was super small last year, but looks like he's become kind of a young man anyways, De'Arian Thomas.
Yeah.
He is really bulked up. He hasn't grown a ton. He's gotten somewhat taller, but he looks like an adult almost.
Yeah,
now.
he's starting to fill out, which is, good as a sophomore. Seeing him out here on the football field and in strength training with Coach Schisler. Same thing with Osmond Perelku, first year playing football out here. So I'm excited to see what that does for them on the basketball floor.
The thing you hear a lot about is footwork. It helps with footwork and keeping your feet under you. The two sports teach different footwork, but just being able to use your feet is a key portion of the whole thing, right?
Right, and you're absolutely correct. And the other thing I try to tell people is it also teaches you how to handle somebody nudging you or being next to you or taking a little body contact. It doesn't alter your shot or alter your jumping ability because you're used to that little contact. Like I said, I'm excited to see what those two guys bring this year. I think it'll be another exciting year for us basketball. We got big shoes to fill from what we left or what left us. But I'm excited, and I think we'll be right where we were as how we ended last year.
Well, you were collecting money tonight. You're always helping, doing something. It seems like when you're not coaching, you're collecting money at the gate or you're collecting money at basketball. Did you get to go watch any junior high baseball for the first year this year?
I did not.
Arnie saw some, he said.
Yeah, Coach Arnold was there, I think, every day. I did see some, but through the distance. I didn't make it out there. I probably, as much as I should have or feel like I should have, but talking to Coach Arnold every day about baseball, and it's just awesome that they have that opportunity.
Well, let's get Coach Arnold under the headset. Thanks for talking to us, Coach Snyder.
You
anytime you're up here and you want to hop on and you have some big news or some fundraiser or something like that.
I can't take Chris's spot. He does a great job. So
if you want to come talk about basketball, hop in here at halftime whenever we get a chance.
All right. Well,
get Coach Arnold underneath here. Coach.
Yeah.
I know that when you and I coached together back in the day, we always talked about junior high and would it be nice? How nice was it to see those kids at a younger age this year?
It was very nice. There's always a little gap there where, sometimes there's enough kids to play in the summer and sometimes they're not, and kids play travel ball, and which kind of leaves kids out. And I think we bridged the gap there. So now we can see kids. They don't come to us as freshmen and haven't played for 2 or 3 years. They're in our program, and hopefully we can just build on it and make things a little bit better.
I was talking to somebody away from here and talking about, of all the area coaches that program's going to help, you might be one of the most excited to get that program because you get to teach those kids at a younger age what you expect of them at the high school level, right?
Yeah, I've umpired junior high games for 30 years. And I see junior high kids in other schools that are doing things that our freshmen don't know. So, we're getting them here in the junior high level, and we're teaching them things. So when they are freshmen, they got an idea of how we do things and how to go about our business.
So what did you think of the first year? Were you happy with how things went?
It was good. Our record wasn't very good, but, we had a good talk with the kids the other day about it just improving. And all the kids agreed that they're better ball players now at the end of the season than they were at the beginning. And I think that's the goal of any sports program, regardless of your record. If you have improved as a player and as a team, you can kind of chalk that up in the plus column.
It's kind of a big thing as a coach is to improve as a player, as a team, and as a person, right? And if you can do that with the kids, and when you get, you and I talked a lot when we were coaching together that the junior high or the fresh soft kids in my case was all about teaching them the basic things they needed. So when they got to you could do the things you wanted. Well, now you get to do that 2 or 3 years earlier, right?
Right. And you know, I know the junior high thing's new around the Bushnell area, but you know, people were like, "This is a thing." Yeah, it's a thing. It's been a thing, you know, to the west of us forever, and just kind of there's just a few handful of schools around here that don't do junior high baseball. So we kind of jumped on finally at a good time. I mean, there's plenty of teams to play and everything else, so that's not an issue. So yeah, it was really good. It was really positive for the kids, and you know, they got to know me and Coach Grosnick a little bit, and how we kind of run things and do things, and it was all good. It was all good.
So here's my next question: how upset were the schools that you weren't going to be available to umpire anymore?
Well, I did have to cancel out a few, and I know there was a little confusion over at Carthage over who was supposed to come, and my replacement didn't show up one night and all that. But hey, it is what it is.
You're a coach before you're an umpire, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I'm excited to see what you're able to do with the program, because I think that having the junior high kids will be a big boost for what you're able to do at the high school level.
Oh, I think so too. You know, like I said, it just you know, we can teach them a few things, and you know, they learn quite a bit in the summertime from travel coaches and everything else, but you know, they kind of need to know how we do things at the high school level, and if we can get them early, even 6th graders, 7th graders, 8th graders, it's all positive.
Well, I better let you get back to your announcing.
All right. Yeah, I got to get this kickoff underway here.
Okay, thanks, Coach. Coach Arnold talking to us for a few minutes there as we're getting ready. And again, as Chris comes back, Metro East stays in the locker room until the very last minute.
Yeah, that's why you were talking with the two coaches there. It's like, boys, we need to get this thing on the road here.
Yeah, it's I mean, I can't say that I blame them necessarily, but at any rate, we need to get the game going. It will be a running clock the rest of the way.
Well, they still got players that were in the locker room.
The linemen, mostly linemen, running out
Yeah,
late.
we got one straggler lineman back. 61-0 at the half, so we will have a running clock the entire second half.
7 touchdowns, 6 rushing, 9 on 9 carries, 195 yards, and 35-yard touchdown reception. That's like a season for some people.
That's a heck of a game, but that was in one half.
Yeah, you won't see Huffman, I doubt, too much here in the second half.
I doubt that as well.
I wonder if Jake Willie is going to get some time at quarterback spot. He looks like he's limping there a little bit, though.
West Prairie game, we saw him come in a little bit at times.
One play, right?
Yeah, one or two plays.
There's Paroku's kick.
Oh, my God, that's almost a Prairie City.
It might have landed in the end zone or right at the goal line.
I think it landed right on the goal line.
Touchback to start the second half.
Yeah, Zach Daly's back there saying, why am I even back here? Of course, the last one he put the reverse wedge on and got it to stop at the 5. It's 40-6 Cyclones over the Patriots now in the third quarter. And Kenny Suter there doing that game for us on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. Second half action. Oh, hey, I got to get the third quarter. My bad, folks. It's the third quarter. 61-0 as we get underway here. And they had to change footballs. Oberhauser and Adams in the backfield. And I'm not sure who that went to. Might have went to Adams. It might have went to Oberhauser, but Adams ended up with it. He's going to go for a gain of 5. And it's going to bring up second down and 5. For the Knights with 11:40 to go in the third quarter. Clock will not stop except on scored touchdowns. So we'll have a relatively quick second half, I would imagine, unless there's a lot of points scored. Incomplete passes will not stop the clock. Peterson comes near side. Zach Daly is out here in the slot.
Oberhauser's pass. Incomplete intended
for Adams. Peterson, excuse me, and it's incomplete. Down a minute. Clock will just keep running except for timeouts.
ran into this at St. Anne's, and hopefully where our game went a little longer than it should have.
Yeah, hopefully there's no onside kicks in this one.
Well, the problem was they stopped the clock when they scored.
Yeah.
So
there's been some argument. I haven't looked that up yet. There's been some argument about whether it's supposed to stop at the touchdown or after the two-point conversion. It used to be after the two-point conversion. Oberhauser back alone in the backfield. Daly underneath. Fake handoff to him. Oberhauser rolls right. Now he's going to roll left. Kramer giving chase. Rolls left. Throws left. And nearly picked off by Jake Willie. Knocked down.
Jake Willie.
And incomplete. Jake Willie cut that inside. He broke on the ball and nearly had a pick six if he'd held on to it. Couldn't quite reel it in, and it's 10 minutes to go here in the third quarter, and it brings up 4th down and 5 for the Knights.
it's like most of the starting defense is still in for BPC.
Yeah, I mean, you want to get a bunch of subs in, you want to get some playing, but you also have to get your kids accustomed to playing, right?
Right.
So there has to be some sort of a happy medium in there, and I get that. Oberhauser again, Adams to his right this time. Snap goes to Oberhauser, fake handoff, near side Daly. He catches it but falls down. It's turnover on downs.
No gain.
I give him one.
Oberhauser's pass is complete.
It'll be a turnover on down, first and
It'll be a turnover on
10
down.
BPC at the 26-yard line of the Knights. Again, Coach Borders mentioned the short fields that the Spartan defense was giving the offense, and they've done it yet again here in the start of the second half. Clock remains running here, 8:55 remaining in the third quarter.
The starting offense back on the field to start the second half for BPC.
I'm going to say they get one drive.
That's what I was thinking as well.
And that'll be about it. One drive, and they'll be done. But we could be wrong. Love under center. Huffman the lone setback. Beekman in the slot. Handoff's going to go to Huffman. He's going to run around the left side. He just lowers the shoulder into Peterson. Peterson makes the tackle by falling over and getting ran over by Huffman. They're going to stop him short of a first down, though.
That'll put him over at 200 yards.
16-yard line. It's going to bring up
8-yard gain for Huffman.
a short 8 or a short 9, long 8.
203 yards now on 10 carries for Lane.
Call it 2nd and 2 on the scoreboard. 8 minutes remaining. Love's going to run the play in. And Huffman is out of the game. He wanted to, I think they wanted him over the 200-yard mark. He's just waving his arms like, come on, coach, I want to keep playing.
So Parker Guppy in the backfield with Love. Number 6.
Love's going to roll right, under pressure. Keeps it, gets the first down, down to the 10-yard line. A gain of 7. 1st and 10, 1st and goal probably. Looks like he's inside. He get all right down inside the 10. We'll call it a gain of 8.
Yeah, the
1st
marker.
and goal at the 9.
Yeah, we'll call it the 9.
It'll be 1st and goal.
You know, for us, it's 61-0, and the crowd is really quiet. There's a good crowd here.
Yeah, good homecoming crowd tonight. Biggest crowd probably of the year.
It keep getting bigger if they keep winning games like this. Of course, they don't have a ton of home games left. They played 3 of them in a row here. Got one or two more. One more left. Love back under center. Guppy the lone setback. In motion goes Jones. Handoff's going to go to Guppy, and he's going to be brought down in the backfield.
Guppy the ball carrier.
Among others, number 55, Ian Skelton.
Ian Skelton.
And I think Landon Jackson there is, Jefferson, excuse me, there as well, number 32 possibly. There's one of them walking away from the pile. He's going to lose one or two. Bring up 2nd goal from the 11.
Kramer checking out.
They didn't give him a full series, but the senior Nate Kramer gets brought out.
It's like Jones and Thomas, the receivers of the far side. Get delayed
Yeah,
game.
false
False start. Yep.
There was a second shift by the number 73 on the Spartans. That's Caden Yoakum. He came up, went down, and then came back up and went back down again.
Clock at 5:40 and counting. Third quarter. So first and goal from the 14. Second and goal.
16. Guppy bounces it inside. Oh, what a sidestep, and Guppy could go. No, he's going to get dropped down at the 6-yard line. I think it's the 6, isn't it?
Yeah, it looks like it was at 6.
Stephen Norberg.
Norberg on the
gain
stop.
of 10. Third and goal at the 6 now. And that was a great jump step for Guppy there as he went far side and to the left and cut it back in. Guppy alone set back again. Jones and Thomas to the right side. Guppy on the handoff. He's going to try and go up the middle. He's stopped and then bounces it outside, but never does actually get brought down. A host of white jerseys are there, including number 33.
Loss of a couple.
Hollison. Owen Hollison. And he loses a couple. And
Fourth.
they're going to try a field goal.
I would. So what are we talking from the 6?
That's whatever
10,
they
16,
mark it from. They're going to mark it from the 15-yard line. 15. So it'll be a 25-yard field goal attempt. 25-yard field goal attempt coming here for Osman Perelku from the left hash. Clock running, 3:56. Ball's down, kicks up, and it looks good. It is good. Osman Perelku with the field goal. That's a 3-point field goal, folks. Don't see those very often at Bushnell-Prairie City High School, but you saw one tonight, 64-0 the score. We'll take a break, and we'll be back on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, right after this.
After my appointment that day, I just made up my mind that I'm going to have my baby here in Macomb and this hospital, because irrespective of where you're from, who you are, it's just their line of duty to make sure they give care, make you comfortable.
I told about the staff of MDH, they're all good. And you will get all the support you need. This is just the best place for you and your family.
And welcome back to Bushnell-Prairie City High School, 64-0, and they're not even stopping the clock at touchdowns. Clock is still running, 2:55 to go in the third quarter. So literally, unless there's a timeout,
we will not stop the clock.
It'll be 12-minute quarters unless there's a timeout called for some reason. Chris is having issues next to me. You okay over there?
Yeah.
Whew. Here's Perelku's next kick, lower, and he can't get to it. It's going to pick up at the 4-yard line. Zach Daly, and then Perelku's down there again. Didn't make the tackle this time, but there's going to be a host of blue jerseys there, including
Daly, brought down by number 32, Caden Wyman.
Caden Wyman, number 32. That's his second tackle on kickoff returns. Getting a little coach down there giving him a little helmet slap for a good tackle, and a whole bunch of new faces coming in for BPC on defense now. Jake Willie going to be calling the plays for the Spartans. Darian Thomas coming in. Jones is out there. Guppy's out there. Maybe coming in late was number 16, Nolan Hauer. He's the JV quarterback, right?
Gary Hughes, 17. Whiteman coming in.
Hughes goes to a linebacker spot.
William Anderson, number 70. Adams and Jones on the carry.
Jones on the tackle. The Adams on the carry. It was a gain of about 6. It'll bring up second down and 4.
Run for Adams.
Down to 1:05 to play, third quarter.
$64-0 BPC with a field goal from Osman Perelku. Taking as much time as they can here in the huddle.
Looks like
Metro East.
Nolan Howard probably going to come in at quarterback for BPC, it looks like, as he's taking the play call sheet from Talon Love.
And
timeout.
they're taking a timeout. Metro East is with 32.4 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Game being brought to you by McDonough District Hospital. Thank you for voting McDonough District Hospital Rehabilitation Center as best of the best in McDonough County. Let our experienced and dedicated sports medicine and rehabilitation staff show you why MDH has been voted best of the best for 6 years running. 3 convenient locations to serve you, 2 in Macomb and 1 in Bushnell. And Heil Enterprises. Heil Enterprises and Heil Trucking can take your product down the road near or far and also offer top-notch heavy-duty truck and trailer repair. The second-generation business continues to grow and continues to support BPC athletics. Stop by and see Danny, Travis, or Johnny Route 41 South Prairie City, or call them at 309-775-3333.
First home contest of the year against Allen and Avon.
You can hear Coach Arnold saying in the background there, I'm sure, that BPC's volleyball team will be home finally. They have 2 games. You'll be able to watch those on TSSR Game Time Live as they host Abington Avon on Tuesday night. And then they'll play again on Thursday. Wyatt Reed will be doing the call on Tuesday night. I do believe I'll be at Southeastern, or at Macomb for Southeastern and Macomb. And there's a nice run for Zach Daly as he goes around the left side. And he fumbles it out of bounds. Xander Jones come over, 1-4 to another 4.
Jacob Peterson with the run.
Or Peterson, was that 5
yeah,
or 4?
Yeah, it was 5, Peterson.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry, folks. That was Peterson on the run.
So from the 29 to about the 49.
We'll give him 20. 1st and 10 for the Knights.
Down to 12 seconds to play here in the third quarter.
This will be the last play of the quarter.
Yep. Got 2 guys in motion.
Quarter will end on the penalty.
Illegal motion.
Illegal procedure.
That'll head to the fourth quarter.
Bushnell-Prairie City Spartans 64. The Knights of Metro
Fourth
East
quarter
Lutheran
coming your
0.
way. We'll be back on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, right after this.
At Western Illinois University, Leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there is limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a Leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
And welcome back as the cheerleaders are getting announced here.
Chelsea King. Montana Defus. Gianova Smith.
I'm going to tell you something
Jada Perry.
when this is done.
Jamia Perry. Eliana Rodefer. Allison Schroet. And McKinley Weatherby.
Montana is fierce on the Powder Puff football field. I want to tell you what.
Really?
Really. She is fierce. She had about 75 tackles, I think, last night.
Wow.
Ripping the flags down, throwing them on the ground, being all tough. I would not have guessed her a cheerleader. No offense to cheerleaders out there, but she was mean. Mean, I tell you. Oberhauser going to roll near side. Thomas comes up and lays the wood. Oberhauser might get the better of it, but it was a pretty good shot.
6.
I'll tell you what, you got to give De'Arian Thomas credit. He wasn't scared of that contact at all. He came up and laid it as good as he could. Oberhauser just about probably 6 inches taller than him. Won, but it was a good tackle. No gain on the play. 2nd down and 10.
He gained 5, didn't he, because of the penalty?
Oh, that's right. That's right.
No gain on the
My
play.
bad. That's right. Back to the original line of scrimmage. My bad, Coach. That was me. Don't listen to me. Adams hitting the backfield. Hitting the backfield again.
Chambers.
Carter Chambers and others back there.
That Jones, I think, that got in there to make the initial contact.
Yeah, Xander Jones back there first. There's a few starters still in the game and a few more coming in and out. I think that the fact that they aren't playing very many starter subs on the other side might keep some of the starters in for BPC
Third
here.
and 11.
3rd and 11 now for the Knights.
10:40 remaining. As we work through here. Daly, a little option play. Oberhauser fakes the pitch or fakes the handoff or fakes the whatever over there. He kind of, I don't know if he was faking a pitch or just holding the ball out, asking Daly to take it. I'm not real sure. I'm not sure which was going on over there, but it's going to bring up 4th down and 4, or more actually 4th down and 3 for the Knights. In Spartan territory for the first time since the first quarter, I do believe.
Yes.
Under 10 minutes to go now.
Fourth and 4.
Oberhauser out to the left. Big boy with the carry. Throwing some stiff arms. Catch by Ian Skelton. Oberhauser gets the pass from the 44 down to the 30. A 14-yard pass completion is 1st and 10. Knights.
BPC, they want to keep that goose egg on the board. We're down to 9:05 to play. 1st and 10 from the BPC 30 for the Knights.
Carter Chambers, the only starter, I think, on the field right now. He's playing nose guard. Well, Osmond Perelku's over on the far side, or is that Guppy over there?
No, that's Perelku. Guppy's back at
Guppy's at safety. Yep. Down to 8:42 remaining. And they're still having problems trying to find their setup here.
Going to take a timeout.
Timeout. Knights.
8:35, timeout on the field. We'll take one as well and be back on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
My experience with McDonough District Hospital was amazing. I have a lot of allergies, complicated by nasal problems. And the procedure I had is Vive Air. Dr. Sparks was incredible.
The Vive Air procedure is a radiofrequency ablation procedure. She no longer has to do any medications to breathe, so she gets much more restful night's sleep. And a short little office procedure, and have somebody that feels like it's totally changed their life means the world.
It's a permanent improvement on the quality of your life.
And welcome back to Bushnell-Prairie City High School. I had a little bit of a internet issue right there when we sent that out, that commercial, so we apologize for that. Had a bit of a lockup, but we are back to good, I think, now as we come back to play. 8:35 remaining after the second timeout by Metro East Lutheran here in the second half. They had one on this drive in the last quarter, and then here on this drive again. It's 1st and 10. Oberhauser throws out the flat. It's
lot of room.
Daly. Spin move. Xander Jones is out there and finally brings him down.
About 20 yards on the
30 down to about the 10. About 20 yards on the pass. 1st and actually down to 11. Because it's going, they're taking the chains down.
The 11-yard line.
So it's going to bring 1st and 10 at the 11.
Clock down to 8:05 to play.
Down under 8 minutes. Metro East trying to get a score on the scoreboard here to keep from getting skunked in this one. Peterson on the direct snap, rolls around right side, and he's going to be met, and they're going to call a
there's
hold.
a hold right in front of the play. It's like number 60.
That's Caleb Dixon on the hold, or is number 60 for BPC got held?
60 for Metro East.
Yep, that's Dixon, Caleb Dixon, number 60. So it'll be from the original line of scrimmage, which is about the 10 or 11-yard line.
So move it back to the 21.
So move it back to the 21, I do believe.
1st and 20. Clock down to 7 to play.
Unless they're saying it was past the line of scrimmage.
Oh, going to move it back to the 20. So
1 yard past the line of scrimmage. He gets 1 yard carry, and then it goes back 10 yards from there. It's going to bring up first and 19. Adams running up the middle. Boy, he gets thrown down in a big way. Gain of 4. It's going to bring up second down and about 14.
Beekman, Willie checking out.
As well as number 20, Mark Schmidt. Still all starters in for Metro East. Daly and Peterson near side. Adams over and Oberhauser now. He's going to look for Daly wide open, and he makes the catch for a touchdown.
Oberhauser's pass is complete for a touchdown.
BPC's secondary trying to decide who should have been covering him.
And he was wide open. Nobody within about 10 yards.
I was actually afraid for the Knights that he wasn't going to catch it because he was so wide open.
So they will stop the clock, 5:33.
So we didn't stop the clock after the touchdown or after the field goal, but we're going to stop the clock now. I don't know. Two-point conversion coming. Adams going to have it. He's going to walk. Oh, he's going to cut it up inside.
No. Oh, we got it across.
He got it across, but he didn't get his body across, but he got the ball across.
Good. Run by Adams.
And it's 64 to 8.
In the contest, it is your Bushnell-Prairie City Spartans 64 and the Knights of Metro East Lutheran 8.
So I wonder if Metro East Lutheran now will put some subs in since they were able to get a score. Can't really blame them for wanting to get a score.
No, definitely can't.
I think outside of Shane Shin, who got hurt early in his only season, his senior season at 8-man, Lane Huffman, the next best chance of being an all-stater for I8FA. He is the real deal, isn't he?
I don't know. You might have some argument with Nate Kramer possibly as well for defense.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you might have some argument for him. I don't think there's any argument for Lane Huffman.
No. If he can stay healthy the remainder of the year, yes, I absolutely would say he.
Drake Lubert set the kick.
Drake Lubert.
Baroku and D. Ruffin back for the Spartans.
Right off the numbers, and that was Guppy who couldn't went right off his shoulder
hear
pads.
the coaches and Coach Borders yelling that the front line was 5 yards too deep.
Yeah, I mean, they squibbed it, but they were so deep that then it bounced off his chest. It wasn't really an onside kick. It was just a squib kick that went right back to him. I know I gave St. Anne a hard time about onside kicks, but if it was going to be an onside kick, they'd have kicked it just 10 yards. And they just squibbed it, and if you can't recover it, then we'll take it. But if you can, you can't really fault them for that. Oberhauser still in at quarterback. Adams is still there. Daly is still there, and Peterson's still there. And here comes that option, a pitch out to Daly, and there's not anybody fooled on that one. A whole host of blue jerseys. Beekman is there. Kramer is still out there. He's there. And Weinman is there. Yep, those three.
Kramer and Weinman on the stop.
Willie is back out there as well. Also out there for BPC, number 70, William Anderson.
Clock down to 4:05 to play.
Oberhauser drops back. Daly covered by a Willie that time, and he was covered well, and the plate throw was way too deep. And it's an incomplete pass, brings up third down and a long 11. 3:38 and running here in the fourth quarter. Did I switch it to fourth quarter? I did switch it to fourth quarter. That time I didn't remember I did it.
Good job.
Look at that. Miracles do happen. Miracles do happen. 3:20 remaining. 3rd and 11. Short 12, long 11 here for the Knights. Same formation. High snap. Oberhauser has it. He has pressure from Jones. He's going to loft it downfield. Skelton is there, and it's going to be incomplete. It actually went more towards Daly than Skelton, but Willie was there and knocked it away.
Willie and Landon Chambers, 26 back on the coverage for BPC.
4th down and 11 now. Might see the Knights run this ball. I wouldn't be surprised to see him run to the wide side of the field and try to get a first down here. We'll see what they do, though. This is good practice for both teams, though. I mean, it's good practice for the Knights. They hadn't thrown the ball deep like that all game long. It's not like they're doing the same things they were trying to do against the starters. They're doing different stuff, running some different plays, trying to make some different things happen, see what works and what doesn't later. And trouble. Yep, it's going to be a pass, and it's going to be tackled short of the line to gain. Willie makes the tackle. Peterson had to catch, but Willie gets up and points first down BPC. And that should just about do it. It is going to be, I believe, Nolan Hauer coming in at quarterback, but I would imagine there won't be a whole lot of play running here. It'll probably be a couple kneel downs, and that'll be about Carter Chambers coming in.
73, Caden Yoakum.
Yep, Chambers coming back out. He's just getting some exercise. If you were watching the Simon Says thing earlier today here at the high schools, Chambers I'm surprised he's able to move as long as he was out there with Sierra Shannon doing they were the last two, and it lasted about 45 minutes.
Timeout BPC with 1:19 to play.
They do take a timeout with 1:19 remaining. And Weinman gets taken off the field. They had too many people out there, which should have been a penalty as soon as they broke the huddle, in all honesty. But actually, when they got that many people in the huddle, should have been a penalty, I guess. And they go out and ready. Metro East, on the other hand, is going to take full advantage of the timeout. This game has lasted a long time.
It's almost 20 after 9 with the running clock here in the second half.
That's what a 61-0 first half will do to you, though. (40-6), Cyclones beat the Patriots in the final.
Hand off to Guppy, I believe.
He got stacked up by a whole host of white jerseys, including in that number 64, Caleb Probasco.
Tackle for a loss.
Lose 3. Chambers coming back in.
Under a minute to play.
And this will be the last play, I would imagine, if they wait long enough to get it under 40 here.
Landon Chambers in the backfield, number 26. Hughes on the far side jumps.
A little over exuberant over there.
And we're not going to get another play off, I'm assuming. $20 seconds to play.
Grant Downing, number 10, still having some fun out there for Metro East.
Final score from Bushnell-Prairie City High School. Your Bushnell-Prairie City High School
And they do have to run a play, and they do not run a play. And that'll be the football game. 64-8 the final. BPC gets the win over Metro East Lutheran. BPC improves to 3-1 on the season. Metro East Lutheran falls to 0-4. We'll take a break and be back on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, in just a couple minutes.
I went through MDH when we were trying to get pregnant. We were struggling the first year, and then when we got pregnant, I stayed at MDH and through labor and now for pediatrics. My experience was nothing short of phenomenal. I was met with amazing staff members who helped me through concerns that I had when she was first born, helping me learn how to be a new mom. It was really reassuring and comforting knowing that I had so much support and kindness around me. My entire pregnancy at MDH was amazing.
Well, I've always had an interest in the medical field, and then growing up, I actually went through physical therapy myself for an injury, and that got me back to playing my sports and the activities that I loved. So seeing that firsthand, I got to see how much physical therapy could really benefit others.
And welcome back here to Bushnell-Prairie City High School. 64-8 the final score. BPC wins it here on homecoming over Metro East Lutheran. And it was pretty much the Lane Huffman show on offense. Finishes the contest. 10 carries, 203 yards, 6 touchdowns. Talon Love had 2 carries for 12 and a touchdown. Parker Guppy, 4 carries for 5. Brock Beekman, 2 carries for 5 and a touchdown. Love passing 2 of 2 for 41 yards and a touchdown to Lane Huffman. For BPC, some stats for the Knights of Metro East Lutheran. We've got Andrew Adams with 20 carries for 68 yards. Jacob Peterson, 2 carries for 19. Ben Shilby, couple carries for 15. Abe Oberhauser, couple carries for 10 yards. Oberhauser passing was 6 of 17 for 78 yards and 1 score. That score by Zach Daly. He had 3 catches for 37. Jacob Peterson, 2 catches for 27, and an incredibly acrobatic catch there for Peterson in the opening half. And Ian Skelton with 1 catch for 14. Again, 64-8 on homecoming. BPC moves to 3-1 and now hits the road next week with a game at Peoria Heights and week after that at West Central.
You write the times down on the scores?
Yes, I did.
So Huffman, 43-yard run at 11:16. Huffman, a 25-yard run at 8:49. Huffman, a 40-yard run at 6:32. Huffman, a 23-yard run at 5:46. And Huffman, a 40-yard run at 15.9 seconds. Folks, that's all in the first quarter.
Yep.
I wasn't changing quarters or
No.
nothing there. Beekman, a 5-yard run at 11:11 of the second quarter. Huffman, a 9-yard run at 6:56 of the second quarter. Love to Huffman for 35 yards at 4:09 of the second quarter. And then Love, a 5-yard run at 2:10 of the second quarter. And Perelku, a field goal at the 3:44 mark of the third quarter. And yes, I said a field goal. That's right, folks, a field goal.
Yes.
We are at Bushnell, and I did say field goal. That's right. So Coach Schisler's up here. We'll take a 30-second break, and we'll be back with him and Chris right after this on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
My experience with McDonough District Hospital was amazing. I have a lot of allergies, complicated by nasal problems. And the procedure I had is Vive Air. Dr. Sparks was incredible.
The Vive Air procedure is a radiofrequency ablation procedure. She no longer has to do any medications to breathe, so she gets much more restful night's sleep. And a short little office procedure, and have somebody that feels like it's totally changed their life means the world.
It's a permanent improvement on the quality of your life.
We are back. Coach Schisler joined us here on the JoJo's Gaming Parlor post-game show. And Coach, I know, Coach, that we talked last week, homecoming's not one of Coach's favorite weeks. Probably one of your favorite weeks.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, for sure.
You guys just total domination, 64-8. And this is just, I mean, I don't know why Lane doing this comes as a surprise after watching Lane do what Lane has done over the years. He had a first half of 9 carries, 195 yards, 6 touchdowns, 4 consecutive carries with touchdowns in that first half and finishes with 10 carries for 203 yards, 6 touchdowns on the ground, and 1 receiving.
Wow.
There's not much you can say,
right? That's Lane for you. I mean, he gets the ball, he's got a nose for the end zone. So, I mean, he's a workhorse. And like you said, homecoming, these guys were awesome this week. You know, they were being smart all week. You know, they have all the activities, but, you know, I talked to them like, hey, this is the game, this is the activity that counts, all right? This is the one that counts here. So they were smart all week.
And like Dwayne said as we were going to commercial break, a field goal
for
Bushnell tonight,
yes.
Osmond Perelko. And
yep.
I joked on a couple of those kickoffs, I wish he could teach me how to hit golf shots like he kicks the football sometimes.
No kidding.
Because he twice had Metro East Lutheran returner, thought it was going in the end zone, and it checked up right at the 5-yard line and just stopped. So, but just a great game for you guys tonight. And I know we talked with Coach Borders at halftime. Again, Lane doing Lane things. A couple of those plays, those touchdowns were not. He ended up cutting back. That wasn't the original plan, and he's just got such great vision on the football field to see, okay, this isn't going to work, and he's got the speed to go with the great vision that he was able to, a couple plays that looked like they were going to be busted up, cutbacks and things like that he takes it to the house.
Yeah, and that's the thing too, like, especially when we go in, our game plan is, hey, you want to stop Lane, I want to see it first before I change up my game plan, but he's got good vision. He's playing the game. I feel like it's slowing down a little bit for him. He's actually, keeping his eyes upfield, not trying to hit the edge every single time. So, I mean, he's grown so much just from last year to this year, and I got him for another year. So I'm
that's
about
awesome.
That.
Yeah. And like, again, we're talking with Coach Borders at halftime, not overly eye-popping statistics, but that is a credit to the defense.
Absolutely. I mean, that's why I was like, I had some passes planned in to tonight, but I'm like, we're getting the ball, inside the 40 every single time.
Right.
I'm just going to keep running it. So, I mean, it worked out. It all worked out the way it's supposed to.
Talon 2 for 2 passing. Huffman with touchdown number 7 through the air for 35 yards. And
that's crazy.
We're talking about the defense, and you talk defense with BPC, it's Nate Kramer.
Yes.
And his energy and I'm just thoroughly impressed with him this year. How when he comes on that blitz, he seemingly almost every time times it perfectly.
Yes, yeah. All those seniors out there, Nate's great, but then you got Jake Willie out there calling out their plays before they even run their play, and then you got Chambers up front, who's a horse in the middle. So, I mean, all those guys combined, we're really missing Dalton this year.
Yeah.
But, we got younger guys stepping up, so it's awesome.
And speaking of the younger guys, this kind of contest, you guys got a lot of your younger kids in the game, got to see some action, some numbers we haven't called a lot of.
Yeah.
And, impressive. Osmond on kickoff. He seems like he's the first one down. The kicker is the first one down the field all the time for you guys.
Yeah, and he, honestly, Osmond, and not discrediting Lane, Osmond might be the fastest one on the team. Him and Lane,
right.
I think as far as speed goes, they're both pretty quick. But, having both those guys on kickoff is awesome for sure.
Yeah, so we won't keep you any longer. Congratulations, you guys got the homecoming win. Now we hit the road for the next couple weeks.
Oh, yes.
Peoria Heights, I know they ended up losing to West Prairie tonight, and then West Central, I think, coming up in 2 weeks. But you still got one more home game here left. But congratulations again on the win. You guys moved to another victory in the win column and get the big homecoming win, and now the kids can enjoy the dance and stuff tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Thank you.
All right, thanks, Coach Sisler. Thank you. Thanks again. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. And we are going to sign off for the weekend. Thanks for tuning in to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. Again, 64-8 final score. BPC wins it here on homecoming, and we hope everybody has a safe weekend, and we'll see you next Friday night at Peoria Heights. Thank you.
As we work through this game today, those of us here at TSSR Game Time Live would like you to keep the family, friends, and teammates of Landon Cromer in your thoughts and prayers. Landon was lost at the age of 14 earlier this week, and his teammates, his school, his friends, and his family have been dealing with that all week long. We want them to know, and everyone else to know, that our thoughts and prayers are with the Cromer family, and we ask you to join us in this moment of silence as we work through today's game.